The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he's made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Hey, Kate, will you look at that snazzy-looking dude just come in here? Woo! You got any idea who he is?
No, I don't know who he is, but he sure is right pretty.
Oh, yeah. Looks like a ladies' man to me. Must have left a trail of broken hearts at least a mile long.
You know they want more than 2 or 3, Luke.
Grandpa, don't you pay them no mind. You're going to be the best-looking man at that whole picnic.
I don't know about being the best looking, but I know I'm going to have the most fun. Say, any sign of Flora yet?
No, Grandpa, I've been watching. Hey, Grandpa, how does this work, the lady calls for the man?
Well, I'll tell you, little Luke. When a woman goes out with Amos McCoy, she got to earn it.
Right. Don't let Grandpa fool you, little Luke. The only reason he's letting Flory pick him up is because he don't dare drive in town. Still ain't got his California driver's license.
Yeah, but that's too much trouble. It's too much red tape, too. And besides... Flory! Well...
Hello, Amos. Hello, everybody.
Flory. Well, Flory, I said it once before, and I'm going to say it again. You're the prettiest woman in the whole Gulldun County.
Amos.
Well, take a bit. Ready to go out in the time of your life, are you?
I'm ready, Amos.
Well, see you later.
Bye.
Have a good time.
Yeah. Say, Sugar Bun, how about us sitting under the walnut tree down the hollow, away from everybody, like we done before?
Oh, Amos, you are a rascal.
Yeah, I sure am. What's that?
Oh, you mean Clarence?
I mean that four-eyed fossil in the front seat.
Clarence is a friend of mine. He's going to the picnic, too, and he offered to drive us.
Well, who asked him?
Well, nobody.
Well,
but...
I thought we was going to be alone.
Amos, it's a picnic. Lots of folks go together.
Well, not this fella. I ain't looking to have my good time spoiled by some old geezer tagging along.
Clarence is not an old geezer. In fact, he's younger than you are.
How come he wears specs?
Lots of people wear glasses.
Yeah, only them that's falling apart. I bet he wears art supporters, too.
Well, that's not a nice thing to say.
Well, it's the truth, ain't it? You don't see no wires to hold me together.
Amos, you're going to like Clarence. Now, are you going to stop this silly talk and come along or not?
I ain't going to like Clarence, and the answer is not. And if you want to go along with him, some goggle-eyed mouse instead of a real man, then you just go ahead and go.
All right, I will. Amos McCoy, you're the most trying man I ever met. Sometimes I wish I hadn't.
Grandpa, are you going to let her go?
God damn truth, man.
Well, Grandpa, that stubborn streak of yours just cost you a darn good time.
No, it didn't either. Because I'm going to that picnic, and I'm going alone. In my car.
Well, Grandpa, you know it ain't legal for you to drive.
Oh, hold on a minute. That's a McCoy car. I'm the head of the McCoys, and I got a right to drive it if I want it. Well, you didn't have to stop. There's plenty of room for you to get by.
Get by?
Yeah, and there's another thing. You know, if I was you, I wouldn't try driving on the road like this one-handed. Now, I think it's rightly sociable to wave and be friendly like that, but, you know, it could be dangerous, too.
Well, I'll try to remember that. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to see your driver's license.
Oh, driver's license. Oh, yeah.
Take it out, please. Oh, West Virginia license, huh?
Yeah, that's where I come from.
Well, Mr. McCoy, don't they have stop signs in West Virginia?
Oh, sure. They have everything in West Virginia they got in California, and maybe a little more.
Well, then why didn't you stop at that intersection back there? You know, that was a stop sign.
Oh, I guess I missed it. I got a lot on my mind.
Oh, well, that's pretty serious. You know, you visitors have to observe the local rules, even if...
Yeah, just a minute. You ain't talking to somebody just passing through. I'm a bona fide property owner and resident of this here state of California.
Oh, you are? Well, then let me see your California driver's license.
Well, I showed you my West Virginia license. You see one, you see them all.
Well, this license is no good if you're a resident of California. Now, do you or don't you have one?
Well, no, but...
Well, then this ticket will have to be for 2 offenses. Going through a stop sign and driving without a license.
Say, could we just talk this over? Huh? How about you coming back to my place and having a glass of cider?
Well, I intend to come back with you. I'm going to escort you home and make sure that you don't drive again until you get a license.
You still going to give me the ticket?
Yep.
Well, you can just forget about the cider.
Hey, Grandpa, what happened?
Was there an accident?
It was an accident when I met him.
That ticket's going to have to be paid within 7 days. And remember, you're not to drive until you get a California license.
Well, don't you worry, officer. We'll see he gets one right off.
Boy, that car sure is a beaut, officer. Think I'll ever be able to ride in her?
Well, who knows, son? Maybe when you grow up, you can join the patrol.
Oh, boy.
You a McCoy, ain't you?
Well, sure, Grandpa.
Then quit shining up to the enemy.
Let's see now. You've missed 6. However, that's still passing.
Well, give me my license. I'll be on my way.
Oh, not yet. You see, we have to check your eyes.
Check my eyes? I got 2 of them, see? 1, 2.
McCoy, you don't understand. You've got to read the letters on the chart up there. Mr. McCoy, would you pardon me for just 1 minute? I've got to get an aspirin.
What are you going to do, Grandpa? You don't know how to read.
Oh, I can read letters all right. It's just when they put them together is when I get stuck.
Let me hear you.
Letters are so goddamn small, mortal man can't see them. That's just another way to stick you so you don't get your driver's license.
Well, I can see them real good.
You can?
Sure. ECBDLFPTEO.
That what it says?
Sure. I told you I could see them real good.
See them nice and slow.
ECBDLFPTEO.
ECBDLFPTEO.
Boy, can you see them? And with your eyes closed, too.
You run along now.
Well, can I watch you?
No, I don't think they let kids stay around when you take an eye test. Now, if Peter's going to pick us up, I don't want him to miss us. Run along, go on.
Ready for the test?
Oh, you bet. ECBDLFPTEO.
That's remarkable. Mr. McCoy, that's very remarkable. You just read the other side of the chart.
The other side?
Yes, I turned it over. You see, we changed the chart for each applicant. That's just in case some... Well, I'm sure that you realize the reason why.
You're just a troublemaker.
All right, Mr. McCoy, just read the chart. Start with the 4th line and cover your left eye.
Cover my left eye? What are you trying to do, raise a state of one-eyed drivers?
No, we have to check the vision in both eyes. The 3rd line? The 2nd? Mr. McCoy, can you even see the top letter?
Hold it, she's coming in clear now. N it is. Give me my license.
Mr. McCoy, I can't give you a license on that reading. However, if you wear glasses, you're allowed to use them in this test.
What makes you think I wear glasses?
Well, many people wear glasses when they're driving.
Well, many people ain't Amos McCoy. My eyes is better than 3 fellas put together. Well, I can wing a jackrabbit across a 5-acre meadow.
I'm sorry, Mr. McCoy, but this test indicates...
Don't indicate a gall-darn thing, except you got the chart too far back and the letters is too small.
That chart is exactly as prescribed by law. Now, if you're willing to get glasses, I'm sure that you can pass this test. Otherwise, I have no alternative but to refuse you a license.
That your final say?
Yes, Mr. McCoy, it is.
Well, you leave me tell you something, Buster. If you keep running this vehicle department this way, you're going to get gall-darn few people coming here for the license.
For the table.
Oh, hello, Amos.
Hey, Florrie.
I came over because, well, I thought it was silly for us to fight like we did. I'm willing to make up if you are.
Oh, sure, Florrie.
Poor Clarence fell down and broke his glasses right after we got there, and we didn't even enter any of the games. I guess I should have gone with a real man.
What happened, Grandpa? Did you get your driver's license?
No, Luke, no, I didn't.
You didn't? Well, how come you'd fail?
Well, it was those gall-darn questions. They got me all mixed up in the rules, and I missed too many of them.
But, Grandpa, you couldn't have. I heard the man say. Don't feel too bad, Grandpa. They give you another chance.
Well, I try to can.
There must be some mistake.
We should have never took out this boy's tonsils. Ever since they opened them holes down there, the words have just been spilling out.
Well, I must be going. Oh, and Amos, as long as everything's all right now, why don't you come over tonight? I'll make fun.
Oh, I'd like to, Florrie, if I get time, but I got to be learning them questions.
Oh, hello, Pepito.
Hello, Miss Florrie. Isn't it about our grandpa failing the eye test?
You want Florrie to hear you?
Grandpa failed the eye test.
Well, sure, then he'd tell you.
Well, have a man. Go on out and play with little Luke. Well, now you know. I did fail. And that knothead down at the vehicle department says that I need glasses. Did you ever hear such nonsense?
You know, Grandpa, maybe that man's right. I've been noticing you squinting a lot lately.
Squinting? Well, that's the McCoy squint. All us McCoy squints.
Now, Grandpa, wearing glasses ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, it is to me. You think I want to go around looking like a four-eyed hoot owl?
Grandpa, you're just letting your vanity get the best of you.
Look, in all the history of the McCoys, there's never been one of them ever wore glasses.
Well, now, that ain't saying that none of the McCoys didn't need glasses. Well, you take Uncle Ez. Just look how many times he fell into the still.
That's because he's always walking home from another still.
Is that the truth?
You did not say that?
Now, wait just a minute. This ain't nothing funny. I may be getting old, but I still get all of my parts. And my eyes do just what they're supposed to do. I don't wear glasses. I ain't never going to wear glasses, and that's all I want to hear about glasses.
You know, the good book says we all come from dust, but sometimes I swear I think Grandpa's made out of rock.
Say, Luke, I hear tell they got some new hunting guns in the sporting goods store. What do you say we drive in and take a look at them?
New hunting guns?
Come on, let's go see them, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry, Grandpa. I won't be able to drive you. I'm too busy.
Busy? Well, you ain't doing nothing but setting.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm going to be busy in just a minute. See, I got some butter to churn. I'm just sort of resting up my churning arm.
Churning arm? Well, give me the keys. I'll go drive in myself.
Grandpa, you know you can't drive without your driver's license.
I've been hearing that for a week. Say, little Luke.
Sorry, Grandpa. I'll be using my bicycle today.
I figured you would. It's a funny thing lately. Every time I want to go someplace, everybody around here is too darn busy.
Now, look, what's that picture in your school book? Oh, that's President of the United States. My, what a handsome picture. Come see, Luke.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my, don't he look fine with his glasses?
Distinguished, that's what it is.
Mm.
Look, Grandpa.
Yeah, I know the president wears glasses, but he has to. In his job, there's a lot of people he's got to see through. I'm beginning to see through a few people around here, too. Pepino.
Buenos días, señor Grandpa.
Well, what's your excuse for not driving me into town today?
My excuse?
Did I sneak up on you too fast? Well, I'll give you a minute to think up something.
Gracias, señor Grandpa. I need it. Now, let me see. Why can I drive you to town? Oh, I know why I can drive you to town. I have to milk the cow.
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Oh. Well, you said the cow, she overslept, and I didn't want to wake her up.
Feeling you're slipping. I don't like that excuse as good as the one you had yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah, don't you remember? Couldn't drive me because it was a Mexican St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. But then I had more time to think.
Got a lot of friends I get around here.
Senor Grandpa, your family's right. Why don't you go see the eye doctor?
Now, look, I've been listening to lectures all week, and I don't want none from you.
But, Senor Grandpa, when I went to see the eye doctor, he did me a lot of good.
What do you mean, did you a lot of good? You don't even wear glasses.
Well, that's the good. You see, I thought I needed them. But when he examined me, he said, Pepino, all you need is the drops. He said I have something called stigmatism.
Stigmatism? What's that?
Well, it's a long word. That means Pepino does not need glasses. All he needs is the drops.
Do you mean to tell me you can walk into an eye doctor's office and come out not wearing glasses?
Well, it happened to me. You go see my eye doctor, Grandpa.
Well, maybe I will. No, I don't even need drops. My eyes are just fine.
Well, all right, Grandpa. It's just an idea.
Do it. Now, if you have any trouble, you just come back anytime. May I help you, sir?
I wanted to get some of them there drops.
Drops?
Yeah, you know, for stigmatism.
I see. Well, let's take a few tests before we decide just what you need.
Oh, I don't need no test. Just ladle in some of them drops and I'll be on my way.
Well, I still think we'd better have a little checkup. Let's have a little look, shall we? Just step right in here. Right this way.
How do you expect me to see in the dark?
Now, just step right over here, please. That's it. Right up in the chair. There you are. Now, just cover your left eye and read that chart, please.
Say, if that's at ECB, DLF, PTEO, then we're in business. If it ain't, why, we're just wasting the time.
You just be comfortable and look right straight ahead, please. Huh? All right.
Well, what do you say, Doc?
Why, Mr. McCoy, your eyes are just fine. You simply need corrective lenses.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. You know, I thought for a minute you was going to say I had to wear glasses. Well, you just give me them lenses and I'll get going.
Mr. McCoy, corrective lenses are glasses, and you do need them. Now we're going to see what strength lenses you need.
Well, couldn't I come back some other day? I got a lot of shopping to do.
Now, we'll try these different lenses, and you test them on that chart over there. Now, how's that?
Where'd everybody go?
Let's see how you like these.
Makes a man want to cry. Pitiful, that's what it is, just pitiful.
Now, of course, this is just a temporary license. Your permanent one will be mailed to you.
What's that for?
Oh, the stamp? That's just to show that you're not allowed to drive a car unless you're wearing glasses.
Well, did you have to put that on?
Well, of course. If you're caught driving a car without your glasses, you're not only liable to a fine, but also the loss of your license. That's the law.
Well, you're pretty fussy in California, ain't you? Well, what can you expect of a state that don't have 4 seasons? Just ain't natural.
More coffee, Flora?
Oh, no, thanks, Kate. I must be going.
We're expecting Grandpa any minute.
Oh, I'm so sorry I missed him. I counted on seeing Amos.
Hey, Grandpa, did you take my bike?
Yes, I did, little Luke. I had to go to get something in town. Very important. Something real important.
Like what, Grandpa?
Like that right there. You know what that is? It's a genuine California driver's license.
Well, Grandpa, we're all pleased. Yes, sir, pleased and proud.
We sure are, Grandpa. But how'd you get it? I thought you needed it.
I got it without what you thought I needed to get it.
Oh, I think it's wonderful, Amos. And you know what? I walked over here, and now you can drive me home.
That's a good idea, Grandpa. Yeah, and we'll all go with you for a ride.
Yeah, but look, I think you better take Florrie home. I got some chores to do.
Oh, no, I got everything finished. Come on, everybody, we'll go for a ride.
Come on, Florrie.
You done it again. Uh-oh, you better get your license out.
Well, at least you got one to get out now, Grandpa.
Well, I'll get it. Howdy, officer. What are you all gawking at? Lots of people wears glasses. It's distinguished.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
It don't do no good to brooding on it, Grandpa. Just put it out of your mind.
Just frost me, that's all. Paying 10 cents to leave your car in the street.
Well, ain't nothing you can do about it. All these California towns got them parking meters.
Well, who gets the money?
Well, a town does.
And what do they do with it?
Buy more parking meters.
Luke?
What is it, sugar? Mind the step.
Thanks.
Well, now, what do you suppose got into her?
Oh, she's probably upset about them parking meters, too. I still say we shouldn't have put no money in it.
Oh, Grandpa, if we didn't, the police would give us a ticket and we'd have to pay $1.
$1? Woo! We're in the wrong business. We should sell the farm and buy us a parking meter.
Luke?
What is it, sugar babe? There you are.
Thank you.
Watch out, boy, you don't spoil her.
Grandpa, get your gun and come running.
Tarnation, little Luke, what's the matter with you?
Well, there's a stranger on our property trying to draw a bead on me.
He take a shot at you, did he?
Well, he was aiming to. He's the funniest looking gun I ever have seen. And he's aiming it right at me.
Where is this fella?
Now, right now, he's down at the hen house shooting the chickens.
Shooting the chickens. Get the gun.
Yeah. Look out. What is up?
Hey, Peppino, there's a stranger down the hen house, pot shot in the hens. You better come along. We might have to surround him.
Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
if there is going to be some shooting, can the women and us children wait here?
You're chicken liver.
My papa always says it's better to be a live cow than a dead cow.
Look! Drop that gun. Put up your hands. Get his gun, Luke. Duck it in, you.
This isn't a gun, it's a camera. It's a telephoto lens. Look. Film. Me, photographer.
Say, who do you think you're talking to? A bunch of savages? We come from West Virginia. We speak the president's English just like you.
Now, Grandpa, what are you doing with that gun?
Yeah, better be glad I had it. Look what this fella's running around aiming at us.
Yeah, he says it's a camera.
Well, that is a camera. I seen one just like it in one of them store windows.
Thanks, honey.
Mind that sweet talk with my wife, mister.
No offense meant, chum.
You sure it's a camera, Kate?
Of course, Grandpa.
It still don't give you no right to go sneaking around pointing that thing at people and giving the little boy a bunch of scare bumps.
Well, I didn't mean to frighten the boy, Dad.
Look, my name is McCoy, Amos McCoy, and I'm Mr. McCoy to you.
Well, Mr. McCoy, my name is Don Hogan. I work for Panorama Magazine. We're doing a picture lad of California ranchers. I saw your place and thought it would make an interesting subject. I'd like to shoot a lot more pictures of it, and of you folks, too.
What for? We know what we look like, and besides, we ain't got no time to go around making pictures. We're farmers. We have to work for what we get.
Well, that's exactly what I want. Pictures of you while you're working.
I ain't gonna put on my store clothes to go out and plowing in the field.
We ain't interested, stranger, so you just take your snap shooter and you go somewhere else.
These pictures are going to be published in a national magazine.
When we make up our mind, we don't change it. And the answer's no, stranger.
I'm willing to pay you $100.
Friend, when did you want to start shooting?
I'd like to start this afternoon.
Well, how long will it take you to fill up that thing with pictures?
Oh, a couple of days at the most.
Well, I guess I better get started dusting out the spare room then.
Thanks, but I have a room at the motel in town.
Well, why pay for a rented room when you can stay here for nothing?
That's the least we can do.
Yeah, stop jawing about it. You stay, and that's all there is to it.
Well, I never argue with a man who has a shotgun in his hand. Here, let me carry that for you, honey.
You can trust her, mister. She ain't gonna drop it.
Mr. Hogan's just being a gentleman.
I wonder if that's such a good idea.
Well, $100 is a sight of money, Luke. We'd have to work a long time and hard to get that here.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of money, but why'd he have to stay here with us?
But anybody to pay out $100 for taking a bunch of pictures has been hit by the heat. We don't want him to get back to the air-conditioned motel and get cooled off, you know.
Something smells awfully good.
Well, thank you.
We're having chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings. Now, that's one of my favorites.
Oh.
Where are you going?
Oh, you don't take that chair, Mr. Hogan. That's Kate's. You sit over here.
No, I'm just seating our hostess.
Thank you.
Why do you suppose he done that?
Oh, he's probably been around sickly women.
No, I haven't had this dish since I was stationed at Pensacola.
Pensacola, huh? That's one of them Hawaiian islands, ain't it?
Oh, it's a Naval Air Force station in Florida.
Gee, did you fly in the war, Mr. Hogan?
Yeah, 3 years of it.
I bet you got a lot of medals.
No, not a lot, only 2.
What were they?
The Distinguished Flying Cross and a Purple Heart.
2 medals. You're a regular hero, Mr. Hogan.
I'm just doing a job, Peppino.
A mighty big job, if you ask me.
Luke was mighty young to be in the war, but he belonged to the State Militia Drum and Singing Corps.
Yeah, we won first prize at the state fair. You remember that, everybody?
Were you on much of the shooting, Mr. Hogan?
Oh, Guadalcanal, Okinawa, Iwo Jima.
Luke had a couple of scraps yourself. Tell him about that fight you had with Billy Skinner. Go ahead.
You remember that, Kate?
I thought it was silly.
Ever done any bare-knuckle fighting?
Well, not bare knuckle, but I did some boxing in the service.
Were you good?
Well, I was the middleweight champion of the fleet for a while.
My goodness.
Luke was the arm wrestling champion of Southeast West Virginia. You can arm on him like an elephant's leg. It sure him look good.
Bar, Grandpa.
Care to try, Mr. Hogan?
Oh, not right now, thanks.
Oh, now's a good time.
Oh, I'm not too familiar with arm wrestling.
Oh, it ain't nothing to it. Sure him look. Put down. Come on.
Boys.
Just have a little fun, Kate.
Then what?
Well, you just clamp hands like that, see? Then you grit your teeth and sweat and strain until you pin your arm down the table.
What, do I try to pin his?
Oh, that's the idea, but ain't likely. Us McCoys always figure that the man that wins is the best all-around man, you see.
Okay, I'll try anything once. Kate, the food is just delicious.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hogan. Would you like some coffee?
Love some. Is that how you play the game?
Get going. We got 3 acres to plow today.
Yeah, I know it, Grandpa. I can't get my mind on it. I just keep thinking of Hogan taking them pictures of Kate over by the creek.
Son, one of the first rules of marriage is trust. When you marry someone, you gotta trust them.
Well, I trust Kate, but I ain't married to Hogan, and I don't trust him one darn bit. You can never tell about them smooth-talking fellas. Maybe I ought to be over there right now protecting my wife.
She can yell if she needs protecting. Get on with the plowing, will you? Come on.
Grandpa?
What is it now?
Suppose she don't want to yell.
Oh, don't be so god-darn jealous-minded. You're a better man than Hogan is. Maybe he's one of them war heroes, them flying aviator fellas. Maybe he has been around and can talk interesting about the world. Maybe he's got money. Maybe he's got a winning way with women. But Kate's got you. Say, maybe we better sneak down by the creek and see what they're doing, huh?
No, the light isn't right. Turn a little. Yeah, that's fine. Now look toward me. Just like that.
Satisfied now that all they're doing is taking pictures? Come on, let's get out of here. I got work to do. Maybe we ought to stay here until they stop, just to be sure.
Luke? Grandpa?
Oh, howdy. Look who's here.
Yeah.
What are you two doing here?
Oh, we're just taking a nap in the noonday sun, that's all.
Yeah, we're just taking a little noon snooze after eating, that's all. We just got...
The noon sun passed over 4 hours ago when you was eating your victuals.
Hours ago. We must have overslept.
Yeah, I reckon.
Well, I guess that's the way it is. The hay gets in the ears and everything is quiet like.
As for you, Luke McCoy, if you enjoy sleeping in the hay so much, maybe you ought to try sleeping there tonight. Luke, when we took our marriage vows, I promised to love, honor, and obey you.
Well, so did I.
Well, you ain't.
I ain't what?
Honoring me, or believing in me, or trusting me.
Well, what do you expect me to do the way that Hogan's been carrying on? I mean, with all that sweet talk, it's a wonder you ain't sick to your ears.
Mr. Hogan is just being polite.
Polite? Well, I'm polite to the mailman when he comes around, but you don't hear me calling him honey. Or telling him how pretty his eyes is, or pulling out no chairs for him. No, sir. No, if you ask me, that Hogan, he's getting downright romantical is what he's doing.
Well, let me tell you, it's kind of nice once in a while to have somebody pull out your chair and pay you a few compliments.
Well, I don't like you. Well, he keeps telling you how pretty you are, and first thing you know, he'll have you believing it.
What's wrong with me believing it?
Well, it ain't fitting for nobody but your husband to be telling you that kind of nonsense.
Oh, it's nonsense, is it? I suppose you don't think I'm pretty.
Well, now, no, I didn't say that. No.
Well, Mr. Hogan thinks I'm pretty enough to be a picture model. So why don't you put that in your hat and try it on for size?
You a picture model? Oh, that's the funniest thing I ever heard.
He said I could do real well if I was to go to Hollywood.
Hollywood?
He said that I had a beauty all my own, a fresh young face and a natural color in my cheeks.
Yeah, well, so does a suckling pig, but you don't go rushing it off to Hollywood.
So that's what you think of your wife, is it?
Oh, no, Kate, no. No, you misunderstood me. What I meant...
I've got a good mind to just go straight to Hollywood and just show you.
Oh, you have you?
Yes, I have.
Well, ain't nothing stopping you, so why don't you just go?
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
Well, made your peace with Kate yet, have you?
No. No, it don't look like I'm likely to, neither.
Oh, sure you will.
I'm serious, Grandpa. Hogan's got Kate all fired up about going off to Hollywood with him to be a picture model.
Well, that no-good wife-stealing polecat. You ain't gonna let him get away with it, are you?
Well, what can I do, Grandpa?
Well, I never heard such crazy talk.
Yeah, well, it may not be so crazy to Kate. She's no different than any other woman. She's probably thinking about all those things she could get if she goes out there. You know, the things that a woman dreams about. Like wearing pretty clothes, silk stockings so thin you could see right through them. Furs with the heads cut clean off them. And going into a special store just to have her hair all fussed over. No, let's face it, Grandpa, I could never give her any of them things.
Might leave her go and be happy. Probably be best all around. One less mouth to feed. We could rent her room out and make a little on that deal, too.
Rent her room?
Why, sure. You could sleep with me, boy. She wouldn't come back. Why should she? She'd be living high off in the hog there in Hollywood. You know, it's a funny thing. Once they go, they never come back. And you might think of this, too. It might be a god-done good riddance.
Good riddance? How can you say that, Grandpa? I love Kate. She means everything to me.
Uh-huh, yeah. Funny thing about these times we're living in now. The old times, a man used to fight for his woman, but nowadays, have a little trouble, he just goes in the corner and broods. I guess that's why so many people are separating. They just give up too easy.
Well, I ain't giving up.
Well, I don't see you showing no muscles.
Well, what can I do, Grandpa?
What can you do? You go back to the law of the hills, that's what you do. When you find a fox in your hen house, the first thing you do is get rid of the fox. Now, Hogan's the fox. And you go out and give him the god-darnedest whooping he ever had in his life.
You're right, Grandpa. I don't care if he was a champion boxer.
Right, boy. Don't forget you're a McCoy, and when a McCoy's riled up, he's like a Comanche Indian on the warpath. There ain't nothing a riled up McCoy can't whoop. Right, boy?
Right. And I'm riled up. I'm riled up real good.
Well, you go out and get him. Give him that good old McCoy mule punch, and I'll come along and pick up the pieces.
Look, Grandpa, she's leaving.
Sorry I have to leave so sudden like, Mr. Hogan.
Well, when you get a wire from your wife telling you to drop everything and run, you better just do that.
Yes, so I'd like to meet her sometime. That boy of yours, too.
Well, I'd like them to meet you, Kate. And what I said about Hollywood still goes. If you ever get there, I guarantee you plenty of work.
Well, thank you, but it isn't likely I'll get to Hollywood. This is where I belong.
Appears to me we got here just in time.
Well, I ain't going very far. I'm gonna tear him limb from limb. I'll take that.
What are you doing?
Something I should have done a long time ago. Put up your hands, Fox. I'm riled.
What, you fella?
You got this coming, Hogan.
What's this all about?
Ain't nobody gonna steal my wife.
Wait a minute, Luke. Calm down.
He her chair out, calling her sweet names. I'll learn you a thing or two.
Stop that!
Why don't you stand still and take your beating like a man?
Will you listen to me for a minute?
This ain't no time for listening. This is a time for fighting. Now, come on, fight. Give him the mule punch, Luke.
Luke!
You're my wife, and I love you, and ain't nobody gonna take you away from me. You're gonna stay right here where you belong. So let's just take these clothes in the house. That's it. These ain't your clothes.
Of course they ain't. They're Mr. Hogan's. He was going to meet his wife in San Francisco.
His wife? You wasn't running off to Hollywood with him?
How could you ever think such a thing? When I took them marriage vows, it was till death do us part. I'd never leave you, Luke. I love you.
I'm ever gonna make it up to you. You all right, Mr. Hogan?
Yeah, I guess so. Now, I must confess, I never ran across a punch like that in the Navy.
Mr. Hogan, it ain't enough to say I'm sorry. I feel real terrible about what I'd done, and I'd take it real friendly if you was to honor me with a good stiff wallop right on the jaw.
Now, hold on, Luke. This is all my doing, Mr. Hogan. I got him riled up, and as head of the family, it's up to me to square it off. And I think rightly kind of you to punch me first.
There are no apologies necessary. Luke, I would have done the same thing if I were in your boots. Why, a wife like Kate isn't easy to find. You're a very lucky guy.
Yeah, I sure know that.
I better fix your suitcase for you, Mr. Hogan.
Take a tip from an old married man and let her know it once in a while. Women don't believe you care for them unless you show them every hour on the hour. Even if it's a little thing like pulling out a chair for them when they sit down.
It's like Grandma, Luke. She always liked to have us remember her birthday, but forget her age.
Here's your suitcase, Mr. Hogan.
Thanks.
Mr. Hogan, if you're ever up this way again, you're welcome to stop by and take as many pictures as you want to.
The door will always be open for you, Mr. Hogan. Yes, sir.
Well, thanks. Say, speaking of pictures, I owe you folks $100.
Oh, no, now. You don't know us nothing.
No, but we made a deal.
No, Grandpa's right, Mr. Hogan. We don't aim to make a profit off of a friend.
Well, all right. Now, you're quite a family. Would you do me a favor, just one favor before I leave? I'd like to have one picture of you all again.
Well, all right. Go right ahead.
Okay, excuse me.
Where would you like it?
Over here, I think.
Yeah, come on, Grandpa. Stand by the car.
All right, let's have a smile, everybody. Hey, Grandpa, a smile?
I am smiling.
You ain't smiling, Grandpa.
No, Grandpa, try harder. Try thinking of something pleasant. Remember that time back in West Virginia when you was working still? Well, think about that revenuer sneaking up on you when he got his foot caught in the rabbit trap.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Hello? Yes, it is. Oh, thank you very much. Hello? Hello, Mama? It's my mother. How are you, Mama?
Okay, not so loud.
Yes, Lou. It's long distance.
Hello, Mama. Mama, is everybody all right? What? Oh, well, sure, Mama. Don't be silly, Mama. We'll be looking forward to it. We better hang up now. Mama, they charge you by the clock, you know. Bye, Mama. We'll be seeing you. Goodbye.
Oh, your poor father's life insurance money ain't gonna last very long at that rate.
Mama's coming out to visit us.
Oh, yeah?
When, Kate? Next week?
Yeah, well, I thought she wrote us in her letter she was gonna stay with her sister Audrey up in Fresno.
Well, she changed her mind.
Can't a boy get no sleep around here on Sunday morning? Ain't time for church yet. Who's doing all the yelling around here?
Hey, Grandpa, we got a long-distance call. All the way from West Virginia.
All right. Give me the bad news. Telegrams and long-distance calls is nothing but bad news.
Not this time, Grandpa. It was from my mother. She's coming out to stay with us for a spell.
Well, like I said, I thought she was going to stay with her sister.
But she changed her mind. You kids go on and get your breakfast. Hurry up and get dressed, Grandpa. I'll put your eggs on.
What, Grandpa?
What are you going to do about it?
Well, what am I going to do about what?
Her mother coming out here.
Well, I don't see as I got any call to do nothing about it. Why?
Now, look, Luke. Your wife's mother's going to come out here and live with you. Your wife's mother. Your mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Well, don't that mean nothing to you?
Well, I don't know Mother Purvis real well, but from what I've seen of her, she's a mighty fine woman.
Yeah, but you only knowed her before you married Kate and moved away. You never knowed her as a mother-in-law. Now, let me tell you this. Mother-in-laws are just born to make trouble. It's the nature of the beast.
That's a lot of hogwash. Come on, let's eat breakfast.
Wait a minute. This is a whole lot more important than eating. Now, you listen to me.
Been listening to you.
Well, you listen some more and you soak up the wisdom of old age I'm a pouring at you. With an open mind?
Yeah, she's wide open. You start pouring it on me and I'll soak her up.
Now, Luke, when I look at you, I see my grandson. When Kate looks at you, she sees her husband. When little Luke and Hassie look at you, they see the big brother Luke. Now, when Mother Purvis looks at you, do you think she sees a son-in-law?
Well,
she sees a dirty, low-down coyote that robbed her of a daughter. And a great horn spoon, she's going to get you for it.
Grandpa, ain't you pouring it on me just a little too thick?
Look, a mother-in-law is a natural enemy, just like a rattlesnake. They ain't got the good manners to rattle before the strike. Hogwash. Hogwash, is it? Well, I tried to warn you, but you're too pig-headed to listen.
My eggs is getting cold.
Pitiful. Just pitiful. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm getting my gear ready. You ain't forgot about us going fishing with George McMichael next Saturday, have you?
No, I ain't forgot, but you better. You don't think Kate's going to leave you go traipsing off on a fishing trip for a couple of days while her mother's here, do you?
Oh, great balls of fire, Grandpa. Will you stop trying to make trouble?
Make trouble? Why, the trouble's already made. All I'm trying to do is get you to lift them lids so your eyeballs can see what's going on around here.
Well, both my eyeballs is wide open, Grandpa, and I can't see myself not going fishing just because Mother Purvis is coming. And I can't see Kate asking me not to go.
All right. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say no more. Just trying to help, that's all.
That's good.
All Paul Revere done was to wake up the people. He couldn't keep him from going back to sleep again.
All right, you had your midnight ride. Now, will you stop flogging your horses?
Who's flogging what horse?
Oh, it's nothing, Sugar Babe.
What you doing, Luke? Say, you ain't figuring on still going fishing, are you?
Well, sure I am. Why not?
Well, with my mother being here, what you gonna say?
One if by land and two if by sea.
What you talking about, Grandpa?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Just figuring on going to bed and getting a little sleep so I'd be good and rested when the redcoats get here.
Luke, has Grandpa been working out in the fields without his hat on again?
Sugar Babe, sit down. I want to have a little talk with you. How long's this mother of yours plan on being here?
Luke McCoy, what do you mean by this mother of mine?
Well, she's yours, ain't she? And she's a mother.
Well, I don't like your tone of voice. It ain't friendly. I thought you liked my mother.
Well, I did, but that's before she become a mother-in-law. I'm just trying to see to it that we don't have no trouble.
Oh, you think my mother's going to cause trouble, do you?
Yeah, well, that's the nature of the beast.
Now you're calling my mother a beast.
No, I didn't say that. No. What I said was...
I heard what you said, Luke. I heard you plain as day. I don't want to hear no more.
Well, Grandpa sure was right. She ain't even here yet, and already she's causing trouble.
You signed him yet, Luke?
No, not yet, Grandpa. Maybe she missed her train.
Oh, no such luck. You know, it sure done my heart good the way you stood up to Kate and told her she had to go all by herself down the station and pick her mother up. You know what she looked like?
What?
Just like a real McCoy.
Yeah, well, I'm an easygoing fella, Grandpa, but no mother-in-law is going to push me around.
You know, it takes quite a while to get a fire going under that boiler of yours, but after you do, you sure get up steam awful fast. You better keep it up, too. You're going to need it.
Well, I ain't looking for no trouble, Grandpa, but if she starts it, I'm going to be ready for it.
Yeah, I can hear her now. What are you making my darling daughter work so hard for? Is this the best house you could find for her to live in? And look at her little baby hands. I bet you don't even help her with a washing. Here they come.
Oh.
See how happy she looks? She just spotted her victim.
We'll see about that.
Hello there, Luke. Amos.
Hello, Mother Purvis.
My, it's good to see you. Son, you look just wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Mother Purvis. How do you think Kate looks? Am I tired from overwork, maybe?
I should say not. Looks to me like you've been a spoiling her.
What do you think of the house? Ain't much, is it?
I think it's just beautiful. Now, you must be plumb tuckered out from your trip.
Oh.
I'm going to put you to bed for a while. Come on. We'll see you later.
She's tired after that train trip. She's going to get herself a good night's sleep before she attacks.
Grandpa, are you sure?
Look, what we got on our hands is a mother-in-law in sheep's clothing. You watch and see.
All right, you two go on, get ready for school. Well, good morning, Luke.
Good morning.
Amos.
How come we ain't eating in the kitchen, Kate?
Well, Mama thought that maybe...
I thought that this would be a much pleasanter room for you men to eat in. Makes your meal more enjoyable. How many flapjacks do you figure you can eat, Luke?
Well, I've been known to put away an even dozen, Mother Purvis.
Luke, don't be such a hog.
Leave him alone, Kate. He knows what he wants, and it's your job to give it to him.
Luke, when are you going to put that new washer in the kitchen sink for me? You know, you promised to do it a week ago.
I'll get around to it later this afternoon.
Kate Purvis McCoy, do you mean to tell me you can't fix a washer without bothering your husband? Hasn't he got enough to do without worrying about the kitchen?
But, Mama, he promised, and
No, it's all right, Mother Purvis. You see,
It's not all right. Looks to me like my daughter needs a few lessons in how to be a wife.
kids, get your books. I'll drive you to school.
Such a pleasure to see a man with a good appetite. Oh, Luke, do you remember that veal pie I used to make you? Would you like some tonight?
Luke doesn't seem to like veal pie anymore, Mama.
veal pie. And nobody makes it like you do.
Then I'll go with Kate and get some veal while we're in town.
Well, I guess we may as well do all the shopping while we're at it. We'll be back in an hour or so. Come on, kids. Hurry up. We'll be late. Hurry up. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Mama. Come on, Mama.
Well, Grandpa?
Not now. I'm a-thinking. I got it. She's a-fattening you up for the kill.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure. Pancakes and veal pie.
Grandpa, I admit you're one of the smartest fellas to ever come out of the hills, and I got a lot of respect for you, too, but I know you, and I can tell when you're up a tree. Now, come on, admit it. Mother Purvis has got you buffaloed.
She ain't nothing of the kind.
She has, too.
She ain't?
Yes, she has.
You bet your life she has.
That's what I thought. Something bothering you?
Nothing's bothering me. I just love getting lectured on how to take care of my husband.
Oh, yeah, that's helpful.
Kate, aren't you ashamed of yourself making your husband do the dishes?
Nobody's making him do the dishes, Mama.
Well, no, I like to help Kate with the dishes.
Hogwash. No man likes to do the dishes. Now, you go in there and relax with the evening paper.
No, I already read the paper.
Well, then just sit down and take your shoes off while I give this wife of yours a little lecture on her wifely duties.
Kate?
What's got into her?
I don't know, but I better go see. Oh, Mother Purvis, maybe you better stay here. All right, sugar babe. What's gnawing at you?
Oh, Luke, I just can't take it anymore. Everything I do is wrong and everything you do is right. I don't cook right for you. I don't mend your clothes right. I don't worry enough about your comfort.
Now, look, honey, I don't like it any more than you do.
Oh, Luke, you love it.
You wouldn't want me to hurt her feelings, would you?
Hurt her feelings? What about mine, Luke? I may be a terrible wife, but I have got feelings.
What'd you do to Luke?
Oh, I didn't do nothing, Grandpa. She's upset. She's fit to be tied just because her mother's been siding with me again her.
Why, that's plumb foolish. I never heard such nonsense in all my born days. I gotta go talk to that young woman. Kate McCoy, you stop that crying. You hear me? Stop it right now. Ain't there enough sorrowful things in the world to shed tears over without you bawling like a baby over nothing? I'm ashamed of you. If you don't stop, I'll lay you across my knee and wail the daylights out of you. Now, just go ahead and cry all you want. Well, was I right about mother-in-laws or wasn't I? The only thing that threw me on this one was I didn't think she'd go to the bother of inventing a new kind of trouble.
Grandpa, I still think I ought to be the one to ask her to leave. After all, she's my mother-in-law.
Yeah, maybe so, but I'm still the head of the house, you know. Inside, she might talk you out of it.
Yeah. Well, now, make sure she don't talk you out of it.
Oh, I'm a gentleman as far as women goes, but I got my tough side, too.
Yeah, well, don't be too tough on her. I mean, you can't just ask a woman to pack up her bag and leave.
Oh, no. I won't be nothing. I'll kind of sneak up on her.
Yeah. You go ahead, then. Go on.
Good afternoon, Mother Purvis.
Good afternoon, Amos.
Nice weather we're having, ain't it?
Couldn't ask for better.
That's right. Couldn't ask for better. That's nice knitting you're doing there.
Thank you.
By golly, you're right, you know.
Right about what?
Couldn't ask for better.
Better what?
Weather?
All right, Amos, what is it? There's something eating at you.
There ain't nothing eating at me age hole, not a thing.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I guess you're getting a little lonesome for West Virginia long about now, ain't you?
To be honest, I never cared much for West Virginia. Not since my husband passed away.
Don't you miss your sister Audrey up in Fresno?
Why don't you come out with it, Amos? You're wondering when I'm fixing to leave.
I ain't wondering nothing of the kind. I don't think you say things like that. Mother Purvis, I don't think it's right friendly to put words like that in my mouth.
Are you finished?
All but one thing.
Yes.
When are you fixing to leave?
That's better.
Well, I'm sorry to put it that way, but you wouldn't mean me be sneaky about it.
It's all right, Amos.
Now, you're a fine woman, Mother Purvis, as mother-in-laws goes, but young married folks like Luke and Kate, they need a lot of leaving alone. And it's up to us older folks to see if they get it. Why, I say to myself, I shouldn't ought to be around here.
No, Amos, you belong here. You fit. I don't. I just been making Kate unhappy. I guess I'm just an old fool.
Now, don't you go to bawling. I can't stand two weepers in one day.
You're an honest man, Amos, so I'll be honest with you. The reason I came here and the reason I can't leave is because I've got no place else to go.
Why not?
I sold my house.
What'd you do that for?
I was lonely. My sister Audrey invited me to live with her in Fresno.
Well, don't you think you'd be happier up there?
I had a fight with Audrey over the phone. She's kind of set in her ways, and I guess I'm set in mine.
Does she know you sold the house?
No, nobody knows that except you. And if you dare to say anything, I'll tear you into shreds and knit you into a sweater.
I don't want to tangle no wildcat like you. There's one thing I want to ask you. Why are you always making a fuss over Luke and taking his side against your own daughter?
Because I wanted to make myself welcome here, and I thought that was the way to do it. I forgot about Kate's feelings. I guess I'm just stupid.
Now, I warned you. One more tear, and you're sitting here all by yourself.
Don't worry, I won't cry.
All right. Now that you know your mistake, why, just don't do it no more.
No, what you said is right. They need leaving alone. I don't belong here in this house. In fact, I don't know where I do belong.
Lord, if you're bound to punish me, I'd rather have a big case of the itching hives than a house full of weeping women. If it's all the same to you, amen.
She's laying down. Says she's got a headache.
She's been acting mighty unhappy all day.
I asked her what was wrong, but she said she didn't want to talk about it. Just about breaks my heart. I'll get it.
Who's that is?
What? Aunt Audrey.
Hello, Kate.
Aunt Audrey, what are you doing here?
Oh, I had some business to attend to in Los Angeles. I just thought I'd stop by for a visit.
Well, how nice. Oh, Luke, I don't believe you've ever met my Aunt Audrey.
No, I don't believe I have. Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
Likewise.
And this here's Grandpa McCoy.
I do.
Audrey!
Hello, Gladys.
What are you doing here?
Oh, just passing through.
I see. How nice.
Gladys, I've been feeling just terrible ever since we had that silly fight over the telephone.
Really?
I wanted to ask you if you wouldn't come and live with me.
Oh, Audrey, you mean that?
But, Mama, you just been here a few days.
You ain't gonna leave us, are you, Mother Purvis? See something?
Just when we was getting along so good?
That's mighty sweet of you children.
But I need her more than you do.
Oh, Audrey.
Say, now, if I can help you pack, why, we might make Fresno in time to get a decent night's sleep.
You folks won't take offense now, will you?
Well, we sure hate to see you go.
We can come up and visit you every so often, Mama.
Oh, you've all been just wonderful to me.
All right, now, come on. Come on, let's get going, because I fall asleep at the wheel after 11 o'clock.
We better get going. Audrey, this is seriously.
Isn't that just fine?
Yeah, it sure is. You know something? I'm going to kind of miss her.
Imagine Aunt Audrey showing up that way.
It kind of restores your faith in Providence, don't it, Grandpa?
Yeah, Providence is fine, but when you get that bill from the phone company and you see that they charge you for a long-distance call to Fresno, well, that ain't no mistake.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
I tell you, Peppino, it can't be rabbits that's eating them. Elseways, I'd see them when I go out hunting.
I do not think he was eaten up by an elephant.
You trying to tell me that I ain't good enough hunter to get me a rabbit if there's a rabbit to be got?
Grandpa, look!
Chihuahua, this is the biggest rabbit I ever did see.
This ain't no rabbit, Peppino. This is a hunting dog.
Yeah, and a mighty fine-looking one, too. I wonder where she come from.
Grandpa, she don't belong to no one. Can I keep it? Huh, Grandpa?
Oh, it ain't likely a good-looking dog like that running around don't belong to no one.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, anyways, if she has got an owner, there ain't no reason why we can't dig a bit and get her for you.
You really mean it?
Howdy. Hope Queen ain't making a pest of herself.
Oh. Howdy. Nice dog.
How much you want for her?
My name's McCoy, Amos McCoy. This is my grandson, little Luke, and this is Peppino.
He's the grandson. I am Peppino.
I'm Joe Johnson.
Stranger hereabouts?
I've been here about 2 years, ever since I quit going to sea.
How come you call yourself a stranger? Been here that long?
Well, I don't make friends good.
What's she mad about? I didn't do nothing.
Oh, no, it isn't that. She smells the rabbits. Look.
Oh, there's a sack of rabbits.
I told you it was not elephant eating the carrots.
Would you like some?
Well, that's mighty neighborly of you. Your dog snuff them out for you, did she? You know, I've been figuring on buying a hunting dog for little Luke here, but it's too bad that ain't just what I had in mind.
But she's perfect.
Boy can't see too good. Had the measles. Eyes got spots. Now, you know, that dog's too old. I think she's packing too many years to smarten up to hunt proper.
But, Grandpa, she knows how to hunt. Look at all those rabbits in there.
Excuse me. Now, you want the dog, don't you? Well, take a lesson in trading. When you want something real bad, you just act like you don't like it. You understand? Now, as I was saying, a man be getting kind of chancy taking on a dog as old as that.
Yeah, what a broken down old dog. Must be 140 years old. Probably can't hardly walk. Sick old hound. How much you want for him?
I tell you, Joe, that's a poor animal. Seeing as how we're going to be friends and neighbors, why, I'd take her off in your hands.
I'm sorry, but Queenie ain't for sale.
Ain't for sale? No wonder you ain't got no friends. You're just stubborn. Besides, you ain't never heard my offer. Now, suppose I was to tell you that I own a genuine West Virginia cut cane fish pole. And suppose I had to tell you that I might be talked into trading for your measly dog here. What did you say?
Nothing.
You say you've been to sea? That salt there sure does harden a man's head. Well, I ain't one to press a fella when his brain's at low tide. He can't take care of himself. Why, I can't help him. Come on, we better get in the house.
Oh, Grandpa, excuse me. Do you suppose we can invite Mr. Joe to come supper with us?
To supper?
Yeah, here.
Well, I don't know. Might be a good idea at that. Give us a little chance to do a little dickering. And ain't nothing clears up a man's brain like a mess of grits. Friend, how'd you like to come in and sit down to supper with us?
Well, I'd be pleased, but you ain't mad. I mean about the dog.
Dog? What dog? Oh, no, I forgot about that. Just want to be neighborly, that's all. Come on. You and me's gonna get to know each other better.
Come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. Grandpa sure is one good spider.
McCoy, that sure was a fine supper you served.
Why, thank you, Mr. Johnson. You just drop by any time. We've got plenty, haven't we, Grandpa?
We sure have, and we aim to share. Sit yourself down there, Joe.
Man, it's lucky to have a wife cook good meals like that.
Yeah. Kate sure can't pot up a mouth-watering dish. Of course, like Grandpa always says, she ain't got muscle enough to pull a plow, but man can't expect everything.
I sure appreciate your having me in like this. We just met, and I feel your friends already.
Well, I can't rightly say as I've been a friend.
Oh, but ain't...
No. A man don't try to take advantage of a friend. Now, a while back out in the garden, that's just what I tried to do. I tried to trade you my West Virginia fish pole for that dog of yours. Deep down in my heart, I know it wasn't a fair deal for you.
Oh, that's all forgotten now.
No, it's not. It's just a sort of gnawing on me inside. I was holding back on you. I didn't tell you what went along with that fish pole. Now, there it is. Take a look at that. There's a genuine bait-cutting knife. Pearl handle, too. Leastwise on one side.
I don't mean to be difficult, Amos, but I just ain't interested.
Mr. Johnson, don't you pay him no mind. I think it's just awful him trying to trade a man out of his dog.
Well, Sugar Babe, Grandpa's just trying to be neighborly.
I don't see the Lord done made a mistake, but Adam had a really good rib that won't give him no trouble. You see what he got.
Man's lucky to have a wife.
Don't let no female hear you say that. You get a chance to take it back. Let's go out on the porch.
I don't talk very good with women.
Yeah? Well, you ain't got what I'd call a silver tongue with men, either.
Hello, Amos.
Oh, hello.
I was just passing by, thought I'd stop and say hello, maybe chat with Kate.
Yeah, don't suppose you're asking Kate if I'm going to take you to the Harvest Fair Friday night, huh?
Why should I? I know you're taking me.
Until I say I am, you don't know nothing of the sort, and I ain't said it yet.
You will. Now, aren't you going to introduce me to your friend?
This is Joe Johnson. This is Flora McMichael, Joe.
Hello. I don't think I've seen you around here before.
I seen you.
Really?
Last Tuesday in the market, you had on a blue dress, and the day before that, you was in front of the church talking to another lady. And then about a week before, you was in the drugstore, and you dropped your comb.
How can you remember all that?
I don't know, I just do.
Why, I think that's very sweet. It's nice meeting you, Mr. Johnson. Amos, I'll be around early Friday, so we won't be late for the fair.
Concerned women harder to get away from than the revenue.
You mean you don't want to take her?
I didn't say I wanted to take her, didn't say I didn't. Just hate to see women get so goddamn sure of themselves.
Oh, I'd give anything if she'd go with me.
Gee, I hear you right. You say you'd like to take Floyd to fair? You said you'd give anything, didn't you? Maybe you'd give a hound dog, you would, huh? Well, shouldn't have no hard cider for supper. Gotta be sober. A dog for a date with Floyd to the fair. You want to shake on that?
Well, I don't know whether it'd be all right with Miss McMichael.
Don't you fret about that. I can handle her. We got us a deal.
Yeah, I guess we have.
Yeah. Now, look, all you got to do is you be here Friday night for supper and you leave everything else to me. And be sure and have that dog with you.
Well, thanks, Amos. Thanks.
Save them pretty speeches for Florrie.
Come on, Queenie.
Where's Mr. Johnson? He's gone home. It's past 8 o'clock.
Are you hinting I should leave, Amos?
Did you ever hear McCoy running off a good-looking woman?
That's the nicest thing you ever said to me.
Yeah, these two young'uns like to get themselves a little sleep. Maybe you and me could, well, set a spell.
I can hardly keep my eyes open.
Well, that's open wide enough 2 minutes ago. Oh, yeah. I'm getting a little heavy-lidded myself.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Well, I guess you got your heart set on going to fair, ain't you?
You know I have, Amos.
Well, I know a man would give anything to take you, but he's just a mite shy about asking you.
Oh, Amos, all that snapping and barking before, and you're so sweet now. Well, you're like two different people. Of course I'll go to the fair with you.
Now you stop sticking your hand in my mouth and taking out words that ain't there. Of course there's two people, and I'm one of them, but I'm the barking one. The sweet one is Joe Johnson.
What do you mean?
Well, I done you a favor. I got you a date with Joe.
Well, I can do without that kind of favor.
Now, wait a minute. You don't mean that, Flora. You know you don't.
I certainly do.
Now, look, you just sit down here. Why do you think I fixed up the date? I was sorry for him.
I'm sure he's very nice, but...
Well, while I was talking to him, I says to myself, now, here I got everything, and he ain't got nothing. And I says, there's me and Florrie. We're going to the social Thursday night, and we'll do lots of things. And Joe, I seen him looking at you like he's seen an angel.
Well, why didn't you ask him to come along with the two of us?
Oh, Florrie, did you ever give a baby a char of sugar cane? You ain't got the heart to tell him he can only have half. Well, I just couldn't do it, and I thought you'd understand.
Well, all right, Amos, if you really think I should.
Well, that's mighty understanding of you, Florrie.
I suppose I should be flattered that Mr. Johnson is so taken with me.
Oh, he is, and he'd ought to give you a nice, warm feeling inside to knowing that you're making his little fella so happy.
Really? Well, it's getting late. I better be running along. Good night, Amos.
Good night, Florrie.
Good night.
Good night. Here comes Flora in the wagon. Now, when she gets up here, you commence talking, see? All during supper, you made less noise than a clam.
Well, old fellow going to see, he gets unused to talking.
Now, you look here. If she backs out of this deal on account of you don't talk, that ain't my fault. I done all I could, and this deal still stands.
Hello, Amos. Hello, Mr. Johnson. My, you look nice. Kate, I came early in case you needed some help.
Oh, well, no, thank you, Flora. Luke and I just do the dishes and finish getting ready. We'll try not to be too long.
We'll wait out here.
Set yourself down. Be comfortable.
Sit down here, Flora.
Thank you, Amos. Lovely night.
Sure is. One thing about Joe, he ain't no chatterbox.
I'm sure Mr. Johnson can speak for himself.
Tell her about when you was a sailor.
I was a sailor.
A long time?
I went to sea when I was young.
Oh, that must have been exciting. I've always wanted to travel. Were you in Europe?
All over.
I've dreamed about Paris, but I suppose you liked London. That's supposed to be a man's town.
Well, I like Paris.
Did you? Is it as pretty as they say it is?
Well, you should see it. Flowers, wide streets, and little restaurants right out in the open.
Really?
And people from all over the world passing right by your table.
Oh, I've seen pictures, but that's not like listening to someone who's actually been there. Go on, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, Paris is beautiful. I don't think there's nothing in the world like the Eiffel Tower. And then they got a river there. They call it the Seine.
We got a river in Wheeling.
This one runs right through the middle of the city. And then they got a place there with a crazy name. They call it the flea market. And they sell you anything from a Persian rug to a king's coach. And, oh, you should see the colors.
But there ain't no more colors there is in Grandma Tuttle's crazy quilt back home.
And in Greece, the soldiers wear skirts, all puffed out. Great big fellas with mustaches and swords, but skirts.
My cousin, he fought in the Spanish-American War. He had a sword. And after the peace was made, why, he used the sword to stir the sour mash.
Where else did you travel?
Well, we made a trip through the Mediterranean, stopped off at Tripoli and Naples.
I've been in Wheeling 3 times.
Amos, will you stop interrupting? Don't pay any attention to him. I could sit and listen to you all night.
Well, you can sit here all night and yap and get ate up by the bugs. I'm going. If you ever want to know anything about Wheeling, West Virginia, don't come a-crying to me for it. Because you had your chance and you throwed it away.
I just thought of something, Joe. You must come with me to the church social next Thursday. It's an entertainment, and you can tell everybody about your travels.
Now, just a minute, Flory. Me and you was going to that church social.
But you have everything, Amos, and Joe is lonely. Well, you wouldn't want me to take away half the sugar cane. Well, Joe, is it a date? Is it?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, please, for me.
Well, how can I refuse?
Oh. Never seen nothing so pitiful. See a grown-up man crumbling.
Why are you not with Miss Flora, Mr. Joe? They're having such a good time.
Oh, Flora ain't having a good time. She's just covering up a broken heart. It's all my fault, Peppina. When a man does it wrong, he's got to right it. And you know, we're going to have to give back that dog and call off on the whole deal.
But you shook hands with Mr. Joe. You cannot unshook them.
Well, now, there ain't nothing says a man's got to go through the trade if he's been fooled, is he? Peppina, supposing Queenie ain't a good rabbit dog.
Huh?
You know where that ham bone is in the kitchen?
Say.
Well, I want you to get it and tie a string around it and drag it all around the yard, through the garden, the carrot patch, around into the back door, and put it in the oven and the stove, and don't tell nobody what you're doing.
How could I? I don't even know what I'm doing myself.
Well, you do like I tell you, and when you get through with that, you tell Joe I want to see him.
See him.
He's got to get up early in the morning to beat us McCoys. Yes, and that goes for you girls, too. You remember that. Us McCoys has got a name for square shooting. Now, I upheld my end of the deal, didn't I?
Yeah.
It was a date with Flora for a rabbit hound.
Oh, look, Flory's waiting. We're going to the fair.
It'll only take a minute. You come with me. this is Kate's carrot patch. In there's a rabbit running. They'd chewed up half her carrots.
Hey, that's right. Look at Queenie now. She's got a scent right now.
Now, is that a rabbit hound or a ham hound?
I can't understand it. She always...
I traded for a rabbit hound and I didn't get one. Now, look, I don't want no hard feelings. Maybe you thought you was trading honest, but I ain't going to be tooken by no trade, you understand?
Are we ready to go?
Boy, I got something to tell you. I can't go to the fair with you.
Well, why not? What's happened?
There's nothing to do with any of you. I just can't go this way.
Oh, we was counting on you joining us.
You was all set to go till you went off and talked to Grandpa just now.
Well, I just can't tell you.
Well, is there anything I can do?
Or us?
Oh, no, there's nothing any of you can do about it. Please believe me, I'd rather go to the fair with you than anything. I hadn't figured on being that lucky, but so I guess I got no kick coming, but please don't ask me, because I can't tell you why not. It's goodbye.
Yeah, hold up, Joe. I got something I want to tell you. I tricked you. I had that ham drug around to fool that hound. Now, Queenie's a fine dog, and you don't have to trade her for no date.
A date with me? For a dog?
Call me anything you want. I got it coming.
Hold on, Grandpa. Anybody that can admit he's wrong has got an awful lot of good in him deep down.
Kate's right, Grandpa. Of course, in your case, sometimes it takes a mite of burrowing to get to it, but it's always there.
I'd be proud to shake your hand, Amos.
Amos, that was a very nice thing you just did. I forgive you. And if Joe doesn't mind, perhaps the three of us can go together.
I'd be pleased.
Oh. You really mean that? Well, I'd be rightly proud to go. If you wait just a minute, I slick my hair down, snap on my tie. I'll be right with you.
Grandpa? Well, I heard everything. I guess Joe'll be wanting Queenie again, so... Here.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to pass up that invite. You all get along without me. Little Luke. Is there any special place you want to kick your old grandpa? Because you got a big one coming, you know. I can be so cussed and live so long, I don't know. It was a rotten thing I done, and the only thing I can say is I'll try to make it up to you someday. Just as soon as there's enough money in the cookie jar, I'm going to take my share and buy you a dog.
Amos? Little Luke, I want to tell you, Queenie's already been bred, you know, and pretty soon she's going to have puppies. I'd be proud if you'd take one.
You mean it?
You get the pick of the litter.
Oh.
Thanks, Joe.
Grandpa, you go on to the fair. I'm going to stay here with my pup's mother.
Now, Joe, you listen to me. I'm going to get my tie and my jacket, and when I get out there, you better be through with that Europe talk, because I'm going to tell about Wheeling, West Virginia.
serving thinkers.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy, sings he may a from West Virginia, they came to stay in sunny California. Oh, Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the real McCoys.
That bird ain't laid an egg since last Tuesday. Now you look here, Hannah. That's what they look like. Now you hunker down and get to work and earn your fee. Otherwise, we'll be seeing your Sunday dinner on a platter. Now, there ain't no use to going to blubbering about it. You just settle down to work.
Senor Grandpa, she has come. The letter from West Virginia from your friend Frank Goody.
Why, is that our Frank Goody from Smoky Corner? Yeah, I read him last week. That is Pepina did. Open her up and see what he's got to say. Maybe some news, huh? Hey, you go get the eggs. What is Pepina? See, you do better than I did.
Dear Amos, I sure was glad to hear from you. This here letter's being wrote by a feller I stopped on the road. Sure hope you can read his writing the way his hand is shaking. You know how some of these city fellers are when you hold a gun on them. Elvira and me was real happy to get your invite to come out there to California and visit with you. Grandpa, you invited the goodies for visit? I sure did. Me and Elvira bought us a ticket on the train, and Elvira is busting with excitement. Right now, she's practicing walking around with shoes on. And the fella says we will get to California on the 23rd.
Great day in the morning. 23rd, that's tomorrow, ain't it? Yeah, that's something. Oh, yeah, man, one thing be a sight for sore eyes. Especially Elvira.
Oh, now, Grandpa, I'm married to Kate now.
Yeah, but I never will forget you could have married Elvira. Now, there's a woman who's got everything a man could ask for in a wife. Enough muscles to pull a plow, not enough brains to start an argument. And still a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had some mighty good times.
Remember the time when she was 17 years old on the birthday? Frank went out and bought her her first set of store-bought clothes. The girl or the horse? Oh, girl, and she's plenty over. Only Elvira never did take the shoes. See, that's probably why she's so goddamn good-natured all the time, you know. You take these women's feet and stuff them into these narrow shoes, it irritates them all the way up to the head. And then
What you been doing? Kate needs them eggs for a cake right now.
oh, here they are, Hassie. Say, Hassie, who do you think's coming to visit us? The goodies.
The goodies?
Yeah, Frank and Elvira coming all the way from West Virginia. You're going to get here tomorrow.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, no, they're friends of ours, ain't they?
Well, they may be our friends, but that Elvira ain't no friend of Kate.
Now, wait a minute. You mean just 'cause I married Kate instead of her? Why, there's never any hard feelings about that.
Think you could ever make Kate believe that? Especially after the way Grandpa keeps talking about how Elvira would have made a better wife for you than her.
Well, I never meant it like that.
Well, maybe so, but just don't you go around expecting Kate to kick up her heels for joy when she hears that the goodies are coming.
Say, Grandpa, maybe don't you fret, son. We got a right to invite our own friends, ain't we?
Well, yeah, but
Well, you might try it in the house and tell Kate so.
Well, Grandpa, maybe I better wait for just the right time to sort of spring it.
Nothing more pitiful under the sun than a man who's scared of his own wife.
I ain't neither scared of her.
You are so scared of it.
I ain't.
Then why don't you go in and tell us?
I'm scared of her.
Bet your life you are, but I ain't scared of her. I'm going and tell her.
Now, wait a minute, Grandpa. I reckon if there's anything she's got to know, I'm the one that's got to tell her.
Yeah. That's more like it.
Grandpa, why don't you just come along with me, sort of keep me company?
This is pitiful. Just plain pitiful.
Wait a minute, Peppino, where are you going?
I will get the couch ready for you to sleep on tonight.
What's the matter with you? Standing there looking so mournful, you look like a coyote that's lost his house. What is it? I can't hold it no more. I gotta tell you. That's what I want you to do, honey. Tell me. Well, Luke's gonna tell you something. And there's one woman to another. I gotta prepare you for it. Land's sakes, Cassie, Luke's my husband. There ain't nothing that he's gotta tell me you gotta prepare me for. do that. Well, you sure gotta do something. You ain't gonna let that woman near Luke, are you? No, Hasty. Well, I wouldn't let no woman near a man of mine. It's been my experience. You gotta nip these things in the bud. Your experience? Yeah, one time I caught Joy Paulson sitting from the same soda as another girl. I didn't just stand there, I fought back. I went right over and pitched her straw so she couldn't draw off her half. Elvira's coming here with her daddy all the way from West Virginia. I can't very well turn him away, can I? Although I'm not too happy about it. But the worst thing a woman can do is to let her jealousy show. No, I got to pretend that I'm right glad she's coming. Glad she's coming? Well, sure. Besides, what have I got to be jealous of Elvira Goody for anyway? She's probably fatter than she was back in West Virginia. She was bigger than a house then. Didn't wear no shoes. Why, she ain't what you rightly call a woman. Luke did. Well, he knows better now.
Kate? Your husband's got something he wants to tell you.
What is it, Luke?
Kate, you remember Frank Goody and his daughter Elvira from Smoky Corners?
I sure do.
Grandpa's head of the house. I think it's only fitting that you tell her.
Happy to. Kate, I invited Frank and Elvira Goody to come and visit us. They'll be here tomorrow.
Well, I think that's real nice.
Better tell her again, Grandpa. I don't think she heard you.
I'm right glad to hear it. Frank can move in with you, Grandpa, and Elvira can move in with Patsy. Guess I better go and straighten up them rooms. Come on, Patsy.
You see there, Grandpa? And you didn't think she was going to be glad the Goodies was coming.
I didn't think. Well, you was the one that said you didn't think she'd like the idea. Now, look, there's a rightly fine girl. I can't understand why you keep picking on her all the
If I couldn't run a railroad better than that, I'd give up.
Pa's just riled because the conductor took his squirrel gun away from me.
All I was trying to do is pop me off a couple of rabbits along the way.
Yeah, but he was shooting from inside the dining car.
So, this is the place that Ben McCoy left in his will, huh?
Yeah.
Mighty fancy, mighty fancy. Probably has indoor plumbing and everything, huh?
You don't even have to go outside for water.
Roof leaks, huh?
No, build right inside. Come on, I'll show you.
Grandpa, show Frank the water heater. Luke, Valerie, I'll be out in a minute with this.
Man, you sure do look good, Luke.
Well, you're looking pretty good yourself, Elvira. You seem to sort of narrow it in some places and grow it out in others. Altogether mighty nice.
Sure was crazy letting you get away from me like you done.
Well, now, we cut out that kind of talk.
Can't tell me it wasn't mighty sweet in me for a time there.
Well, me and half the fellas in Smoky Corners.
It wasn't one of them fellas that had a chance of a treat coon when you was around. And I let you know it. That was the trouble.
Oh, now I would say that.
Yeah, that was the mistake I made. Sometimes you scare away the fish when you wiggle the bait too fast.
Nice cold lemonade for y'all.
Ain't that right nice? Say, Kate, I ain't hardly had a chance to say hello to you. You're sure looking fit. Sorry, honey. I keep forgetting how scrawny she is. Well, who is this little fella?
My name is Pepino, señorita. I will take you back to your room. It'll be a great pleasure.
Well, fine now. Let me have a look at you. What a cute little there, little man. Don't you go straining yourself. Where are they supposed to go?
Down the hallway.
Stand aside. Now, you excuse me, I gotta take off this here dress before it strangles me. Oh. See you later.
tell you, Frank, at times it's mighty hard to take. Would you believe that Kate sends Luke to a store to get his hair cut? No. Just as true as I'm standing here. And of all the washing and bathing that goes on in this house, well, I expect to see the whole family any morning come to breakfast with the skin just falling off. I thought they looked a mighty pasty face.
How do you like your case hat, Clara? Ain't it the home thing?
Looks good on you. I'd sure like to take that back home with the scarecrow. That'd keep the birds out of the
My new hat.
Say, Kitty, how about selling it? Our scarecrow needs dressing.
Let me have it, please, Elvira.
I wasn't hurting it none.
Hey, look how pretty Elvira looks in your hat, Tate. How come it don't look that good on you?
I reckon it's just a matter of too much hat and too little woman.
Come on, Frank and Elvira, show you the bathroom. She sure is a lot of woman, ain't she?
There's some that might say she's pretty near too much.
Look, you don't like Elvira?
Oh, I'm right fond of Elvira. I like her fine. As a matter of fact, there's no one I like better than I do Elvira.
I sure am glad Elvira's happy here with us. Take the rag off in the bush.
I'll give you a bath.
Lukey. Kate, you gotta do something. I've learned in my experience that you... I see. I value your womanly advice, but not just now, honey. Go on.
So, all neighbors here. The revenue. All we're making in that there still is mouth gargles, sir. And if you don't believe me, you can taste it. So the revenue, it takes one sip. His eyes roll back, it keels over. Me and Amos, we tie him onto a log and throw him
Tomorrow I'll cook us up a mess of hog jowls and grits for you, Lukey.
Yeah, there ain't nothing can beat Elvira's hog jowl. shouldn't ought to invite folks to your house that ain't welcome to everybody. Who says she ain't welcome? Just one day to break up a friendship that's lasted 30 years. Frank!
Oh, she don't know. Men.
Wait a minute. What don't we know?
You may be my big brother, but sometimes you act like a little boy, only dumber. Especially when it comes to understanding women.
What are you driving at?
Don't you know what's been eating Kate? She's been sick with jealousy, that's what.
Jealousy?
What's Kate got to be jealous about?
Oh, nothing, Grandpa. Nothing at all. Except little things like Elvira picking Luke up and hugging him and kissing him, and then telling Elvira she looks better in Kate's hat than Kate. Talking about moonlight rides and losing oars on purpose. Oh, sure, a woman loves to hear that kind of talk from her husband.
Well, Jingles, if she was jealous, why didn't she just come out and say so?
Because no woman is going to admit to her man that she's jealous of her rival.
Rival?
Elvira ain't no rival. Kate's a McCoy now.
Well, why don't you tell her to her face now and then, Grandpa? Instead of always saying Elvira would have made a better wife for Luke than Kate. Just because she's big enough and strong enough to lift 2 men in the morning and pull a plow in the afternoon.
Oh. Grandpa, I didn't think she'd take it serious, did you?
No, I never did, Luke. I guess she's as thin-skinned as she is small bone. I should have known better. I'm going to have to square it with her.
I'll explain it to her when she gets back.
If she gets back.
What do you mean, if?
After what's happened, there's no telling what she may do.
Frank, did you miss the train? Yeah, missed it. We was drug off the train. Drug off? Yeah.
Hey, Kate! What are you doing there?
Well, she's the one that drug us off the train, made us come back here.
Poor puny little gal. She's got more spunk than a wildcat. Sure know how to pick 'em, Luke.
Let me
take your bag in. Without being played, gave me this deal. There's a mighty big thing you done.
Not so big, Grandpa. I had no call to drive him out of the house in the first place.
But you brought Elvira back, even though you did feel the way you felt about her. You hasn't done told me how you felt. What I'm trying to say, Kate, is I'm rightly proud of you, McCoy. Guess you better go in now and try and make Frank and Elvira feel at home. Kate, there's something I got to clear up about me and Elvira.
Nothing to clear up, Luke. She's your guest, and it's only fitting you should entertain her.
No, that's what I got to clear up. I ain't gonna have no time to entertain Elvira. You see, there's this other gal.
Other gal?
Yeah, she's a cute little thing. She stands about so high. Ain't much meat on her, but well, there's enough to hold on to.
Well, look at there.
Kissing in broad daylight. Old as brass. That's California living for you. Fast.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Oh, Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the real McCoys.
I tell you, Grandpa, for the 10th time, it will not work. Why don't we pay the money and get some gasoline?
I ain't giving up without a fight. All we need is the right combination. 30 cents a gallon. What do they think we are, millionaires?
All this to save 30 cents?
Ain't you got no principles, eh, tall Pepina? Come on, start her up now.
It's no use, Grandpa.
Oh, darn gasoline makers, they got these things trained so they won't run on nothing else.
Well, they won't.
Oh, no? Back in West Virginia, during the war, when gasoline was hard to come by, old Les Parker, he run his on about anything. He started out with kerosene. He run out of that, he used rubbing alcohol. He run out of that, he put in corn liquor.
Corn liquor?
Yeah, he poured some in himself and some in the engine. Both of them was raring to go. All you need is something to explode, you know. There ain't nothing blows up any better than a jug of good old West Virginia moon. You say, how long has that apple cider been over in the barn there?
Almost 6 weeks.
6 weeks? By jingles, that ought to be just about right. Go get her.
Oh, Grandpa, you know...
Don't argue. Go get her.
All right.
Thank you, Mrs. Strickland. Oh, hello, Grandpa.
Hey, Hassie.
Hello, Mr. McCoy.
Hello, Kate. How are you? Fine. Thanks for bringing them home.
Oh, that's nothing.
Can you stay a little while with us and have something cool to drink, maybe?
Well, I would like a glass of water.
Come on inside.
I'll be right back, boys. Now, don't leave the car.
Grandpa, I have a great idea. You pour the cider in me, and I push the car.
Oh.
I still do not see how it will make the engine work.
Oh, hogwash. If it's good for a human, it's good for an engine. Boy, this ought to be just a ticket.
What a waste of good liquor.
All right, turn her over now.
Calling all cars, calling all cars. Be on the lookout for a drunken jalopy. That is all.
You're funny enough to be out of work. Now turn her over. Get back, you kids. Come on now. Come on, you cider. Come on, cider. Give them spark plugs what for. You hear that noise?
Don't feel bad, Grandpa. For 1 minute there, you have Mr. Old Company shaking on his boots.
Say, Peppino, you got any more of that hair oil your girl give you for Christmas?
Oh, Grandpa.
Well, all right. Come on over to the barn. We see if we can find something else.
Dumb hillbilly. Who you calling a dumb hillbilly? The McCoys, that's who. You say that one more time to me, I'm gonna kill you. Get up from there. Get up. Come on. Come on. Get up. Get up. Nothing sorry about this.
Tony Strickland, Mike Davis, I'm ashamed of you. Get in the car.
Little Indians. Oh, I'm sorry, Kate. I'm ashamed of you. I'm gonna get you. Now? I'll get you at school tomorrow. Can you show her your report card? Why don't you keep quiet? What about you?
What's this about a report card?
Nothing.
Well, come on, let's see it.
Oh, I didn't get no report card.
Now, little Luke, come on, let's see it.
I didn't.
Come on. What's this?
I wonder how that got there.
Little Luke, this is awful. Failing in every subject. Little Luke, what did you do to get a report card like this?
Nothing. I filled them fair and square. You gonna tell Grandpa?
I sure am. I'm gonna tell everybody this calls for a family meeting. Now, come on. Grandpa, get Luke and come on in the house. We got some talking to do. Go on.
tell us you got no explanation for these bad marks?
I know why. He spends so much time fighting, he ain't got no time to pay no mind to his studies. Big mouth.
I might have known.
I don't fight.
I'd like to know what you call that you was doing outside there.
You wouldn't even hardly call that a fight.
Now, come on, little Luke, out with it. What was it you was fighting about?
Nothing.
Now, hold on, little Luke. Fights don't start over nothing. You just go ahead and tell us what it is.
I don't want to say.
It ain't no crime to fight. You got a reason for it.
It ain't?
No. Now, come on, tell Grandpa. I promise I ain't gonna get mad at you.
What? They keep on calling us dumb hillbillies, making fun of us McCoys. They even say that Grandpa don't even change his socks.
What scallywag said that? Did you whoop him?
Grandpa, fighting never solved nothing.
Come on now, son, out with it. Did you whoop him?
I can't, Grandpa. There's 6 of them.
Oh, ganged up on you, huh? Well, I just guess I'll have to learn him the McCoy mule punch. Now, watch this. You take him like that.
Now, Grandpa, no, that's all wrong.
Oh, so the other hand, is it?
Oh, no, Grandpa's right. Go ahead,
Grandpa, I wasn't talking about fighting. I was talking about learning.
Luke, are you going to sit there and let that woman of yours make a sissy out of your little brother, or are you going to send her back to the kitchen stove where she belongs and leave the thinking to us men?
After all, Kate, if you let Grandpa teach little Luke how to whip them kids real fast, he'll just get back to his schoolwork that much sooner.
Oh, that's right, Luke. Now, how does that McCoy mule punch work, Grandpa?
Now, I've heard just about enough of this fight talk, and I mean it. Little Luke, all along you've been telling me how good you was doing. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Oh, now, don't be picking on the boy, Kate.
Sure, it ain't his fault. It's the way that they're learning them in them schools. Take a little kid like him and sit him down and cram his little head full of stuff about foreign countries. 9 times out of 10, the chances is he's going to live right here.
What Grandpa says makes a lot of sense, Kate. I think there's such a thing as giving kids too much education. Well, I didn't get past the 3rd grade myself. Look at me. What's everybody looking at me for?
I want you all to listen to me. The reason them kids look down on little Luke is because they think they're better than he is. But if he was to be the head of the class, they couldn't look down on him. They'd have to respect him.
Well, how does he get to the head of the class?
By studying. Right after supper, we're all going to pitch in and help him with his questions, no matter how late it gets. Is that clear? Come on, Harry.
I wouldn't let her talk to me that way.
Well, son, there's an old saying back in the hills, a smart man never finishes a fight with a woman who's cooking his victuals.
What are we doing at the barn? You heard what Kate said. We're supposed to be studying.
Well, you're going to study right now. Now I'm going to learn you what counts. First off, we get rid of this.
Well, Grandpa!
I'm going to learn you the McCoy mule punch.
The McCoy mule punch? What about Kate?
What about Kate?
Well, you said that a smart man never fights with the woman that's cooking his victuals.
Well, we done had the victuals. They're in here now. Now that we're all folded up, why, we're going to do as we all done please.
Gee, Grandpa, you're smart.
Well, there's a lot more up here than just a fuzz. Now, the first thing to learn about fighting is footwork, see? You just... See, you keep your heels up off the floor. So you dance around like... But you gotta look out for your sciatic.
Well, I ain't got one, Grandpa.
Well, never mind that now. Get up there in the bale. Now put your hands up like Grandpa. Get them up right now, like Grandpa, see? Now watch Grandpa no jabbing. Don't do no jabbing. See? Just like this. Now pull it out. Now you pull it way back. Hello, Kate. Just helping the boy with his lessons. That's the Statue of Liberty. You see, the right hand up and the left one down with the arm. Yeah, I guess it's good for boys to learn them things, you know.
You had to bring them out to the barn to teach them about the Statue of Liberty.
Well, yeah, there's lots of spies around trying to find out things about our country. Well, I guess that's enough for now, little Luke. We're going to the house for the rest of the lessons. Come out to fetch the eggs in, did you? Well, let's get you stumped. Let's hear it.
How much did the Indians charge the white men for the island of Manhattan?
Island of Manhattan.
$24.
That's right.
Them thieving Injuns.
Grandpa. What's the next question, little Luke?
Oh, that's all for the history. Now comes the geography. What is the altitude of Mexico City?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's tough.
Oh, Pepino comes from Mexico. He ought to know that. Pepino! Hey, Pepino!
What is it, Grandpa?
Dang, if I don't think that head tonic yours would start that engine.
You two stop now. Pepino, can you help us? Do you know what the altitude of Mexico City is?
What a silly question. It is on the ground. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't help you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yeah, night, Pepino.
Louisiana is east, west, north, or south of Missouri.
True.
What are you talking about, true?
Well, it is east, west, north, or south, unless there's some newfangled direction.
Don't pay him no mind. Now, let's go on.
Yeah, where was we?
Louisiana is east, west, north, or south of Missouri.
Oh, yeah. Now, let's see now. We come out here from West Virginia. We went through Louisiana before we come to Missouri.
In a pig's eye, we did. We went through Missouri first.
Oh, no, we didn't. Don't you remember? It was in Louisiana where you told that cook at the lunch counter his food tasted like pig slop. And it was in Missouri where the doctor said you could take the bandages off them hot coffee burns.
You got the whole thing front backwards. It was in Louisiana the doctor took the bandages off.
Grandpa, I think Luke's right about
Look,
that.
I know where the doctor was.
No, I remember it was Missouri, Grandpa. There's a sign on the door.
Oh, Grandpa, now don't
you
get
start
riled
booking
up.
I was driving the car, Kate. I know where I was driving the car.
Listen, Grandpa.
Hush up your mouth. We're trying to help you with your homework.
She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. That cracker sure knows my Conchita.
What's the matter, Pepino? Ain't your romance with Conchita going smooth?
Nah. She doesn't like to marry me because I'm too short. She likes tall men. She's so stupid.
Well, she likes tall men. How come she goes out with you?
She's waiting.
For what?
I told her I'm still growing.
Pepino, you're a caution.
Yeah, ain't no flies on him.
There's no getting around it. I'm pretty cute.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to work. Good victuals, Kate.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Sugar baby, you must be kind of tired after staying up so late last night.
I might, but it's sure worth it. After you two went to bed, we really got cracking. Time we was through, little Luke knew every answer in that book.
Well, now, ain't that nice?
I look for him to pass that test today with flying colors. Then you see how them other boys look up to him.
Grandpa, you know, I think Kate's got the right idea with little Luke. Yes, sir. He's going to be all right.
Well, I hope so. Come on, let's get those cows. They ain't going to give no milk unless they're persuaded, you know. Little Luke! What are you doing home from school in the middle of the day? Where'd you get that?
Hey, you've been fighting, ain't you? And here Kate took all that time to help you so you'd do good in your test.
Well, I did do good on my test. In fact, I got the best mark in the whole class.
Learning was going to do it, huh? It was going to look up to him and respect him. Well, how'd you make them respect you? How many did you whip?
None of them.
None of them? You didn't fight back?
Well, I can't, Grandpa. I gave Kate my promise I wouldn't fight.
You see what that woman of yours done? Making that little boy make that promise? Well, I just hope there's a heavy fog up there so my pappy can't see what's happening to us McCoys. You just forget that promise, son.
Don't make no difference, Grandpa. I'm not going back to that old school.
Oh, yes, you are. No McCoy never ran away from a fight. You're going to go back there and you're going to tear into that gang.
But I can't, Grandpa. There's 10 of them
plenty there is. I'll go along with you to see that they don't jump you all at once. You can whoop them one at a time. You can handle them that way, can't you?
Sure I can.
Well, come on.
Grandpa, Kate ain't gonna like this.
It don't interest me one bit what Kate likes or what she don't like. We tried it her way and you seen what happened. Well, now we're doing it the McCoy way. Are you with us or against us?
Well, I'm with you, Grandpa, but...
All right, we'll go. But on the way back, we'll pick in up an apron. Seeing as how you joined up with the women folks, you ought to dress like them. Well, there you are, little Luke. Pick yourself out one and go to whack it away.
Tony Strickland first. He's the one who started it all. And then those two over there.
Yeah, that's enough for a starter.
We'll have to teach Miss Leonard. Lunchtime's over.
Ain't she got no consideration?
Why, little Luke, we missed you after morning recess and... Oh, dear, what happened?
Yeah, that's our business, ma'am. We'll take care of it.
Oh, hello. I'm Miss Leonard. You must be Mr. McCoy.
How do, ma'am? When does them kids get out?
Why, school's over at 2:30.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Won't you come inside and sit in our class? We're always happy.
No, I guess not. You know, on second thought, maybe you will.
Fine. Right this way.
I'll see that none of them gets away.
Children, we have a visitor today. Mr. McCoy. Just take a seat over there, if you please. Attention, please. Now to proceed with American history. In the first part of the 19th century, a man named Daniel Boone...
Never mind about that hillbilly. Tell us about his brother, Pat.
All right, that'll be enough of that.
Done right, that'll be enough of that. What do you kids think you're doing? Smart aleck cracking about hillbillies.
Oh, I'm sure there was nothing personal meant, Mr. McCoy.
Maybe there was, and maybe there wasn't. There's something I want to straighten out about hillbillies. Now, before you kids go to poking fun and snickering, I'm going to ask you to open up them books of yours and find out about these folks you call stupid hillbillies and what they done for this here country. Maybe it'd be a good idea to start out with a bunch of fellas called the Green Mountain Boys. They done a right nice piece of fighting for the War of Independence. And that fella you was snickering about, Daniel Boone, I wonder if you got any idea as to how he spread the boundaries of these here United States. And while you're about it, look up Andy Jackson and James A. Garfield. They was both born in log cabins, but they done all right for us. While we're talking about these men, there's one fella I'd like to say a word about. It's Hezekiah McCoy. I'm rightly proud of him because he was one of my kinfolk. Fought clear through the Mexican War with Zachary Taylor, and then come to California and helped to settle it so as it could become part of the United States. Just think of that. A dumb hillbilly settling the land we're living on right now. But if you want to go ahead and laugh at folks because they talk a little different and dress a little different, you think it's all right because you was lucky enough to be born in a house with lace curtains on the windows? Why, go right ahead. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm rightly sorry for you. Come on, little Luke. They ain't worth fighting. Help it. I just got my dander up and just boiled over.
I don't know how you felt, Grandpa, but couldn't you kind of choked it back a little? And just give him that much more to laugh about.
Maybe little Luke and me could go to another school. Huh, Kate?
Oh, I don't know what we're going to do yet.
Well, I know one thing we're going to do. We're going to stick by Grandpa. Whatever he said, he had a right to say it. When them people make fun of a McCoy, that means all of us. And we ain't gonna take it laying down. It's us again them.
Jumping catfish, it's Mrs. Strickland. She brung the teacher and a whole bunch of kids.
Well, Grandpa, what in thunder are you doing?
They come to burn us out.
Two women and a bunch of kids?
I ain't taking no chances.
Give me that.
Hello, Miss Strickland. I
stand back. We own this place legal. If you think you're going to run us off from here, why, you just better not try it.
On the contrary, Mr. McCoy, we came here to say how proud we are to have you and your family as members of our community.
Would you say that again, ma'am? If I told you what I thought I heard, you wouldn't believe me.
I'm sorry you rushed away before I could thank you, Mr. McCoy.
Thank me?
From what Miss Leonard told me, I understand you gave her class a lesson in Americanism that they won't soon forget.
Mr. McCoy, we want to apologize for making fun of you and calling you hillbillies, and we'll never do it again.
Well, thank you, son. It takes a big man to apologize. But there ain't nothing wrong in calling us hillbillies, because that's what we are. That ain't no worse than calling a Westerner a cowboy. You see, they call us hillbillies because we come from the hills. But that don't make us no better or no worse than nobody else.
I think they understand that now.
Mr. McCoy, Luke was telling us about an old gun that you had that was used in the Mexican War. Can we see it?
Well, sure. Won't you come in?
Come on inside. Come on, all of you.
Kid. Grandpa will show it to you. Go on in.
See, it's like I told you. You can settle anything without fighting. Fighting settles nothing. All you gotta do is use the head the good Lord give you.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he's made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia, they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Boy, it sure is hot out there.
Where's Grandpa? Ain't he coming in with you?
No, we was working different fields, and he's only half done with his. Guess he's not as fast to work as he used to be.
Well, you gotta remember, Luke, Grandpa's more than twice your age. You reckon I better take out something for him to eat?
I guess so. You know how Grandpa is. He's not going to stop till he finishes. Hey, you got something special for us?
Not particular. A couple of ads. This card for your Aunt Emma back in West Virginia.
Aunt Emma Jingles, I've been wondering how she is.
Oh, she's fine. All over sciatica now.
Oh, yeah?
Her roses won second prize in the county fair.
Ain't that nice?
Oh, here's the news we've been waiting for.
But, Miss Perkins, if it wouldn't be prying, would you mind telling us about it?
Eh? Oh, sure. Your cousin Bert finally married that Mullins girl. About time, wouldn't you say? Hope you didn't mind my reading your postal. But, well, it's my last time around, and I just wanted to find out if everybody's okay.
What did you mean it's your last time around?
Just that. Leaving the postal service. Retiring, so to speak.
Well, ain't that nice? Your pension come due?
Oh, no, I wouldn't have got that for another 5 years yet. But my son, bless him, didn't want me to wait that long. Fixed me a little place where he wants me to spend the rest of my years enjoying myself. Ain't that a pretty fine boy to have?
Yeah.
It sure is. You got a right to be proud of him.
I am. Too bad they ain't more like him. Most young folks today don't care much about their elders. Let them keep right on working until too late to enjoy themselves. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure do.
Take old man Barnett down the road. Why, he's close on to 70. Do you know his kids still let him go out and work in the fields? Appears they won't be satisfied until they drain every ounce of energy out of him.
Well, Mr. Perkins, we don't want to keep you. Goodbye, and lots of good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Oh, I want to say goodbye to your grandpa. Where is he?
Your grandpa? Yeah, well, Grandpa's out in the field, probably laying under some tree, taking himself a snooze.
Yeah, either that or he's going off fishing somewhere.
You know how it is.
You know, you two are a lot like my son. Got consideration for old folk. Them Barnett boys would probably have him out plowing. Well, so long.
Bye.
So long.
Luke, we lied, didn't we?
Well, what else was he going to do? Tell him we got Grandpa out there in the field in this hot sun? Which we have.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi.
I was just going to bring something for you to eat out in the fields, but now you can sit down and have something with us.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I think I'll just go inside and lay myself down and rest a spell. You sure got to hand it to the Lord for thinking up that seventh-day rest. Whew. Them other sixes kill us.
Kate, I want Grandpa to start enjoying his life. We ain't gonna wait no longer. We're gonna do it right now.
Well, if you're going to have a meeting, come on, let's get on with it. You called it, Luke. What's the complaint?
There ain't no complaint, Grandpa. It's a surprise.
For you.
For me?
Go ahead, Peppino. Bring it out.
This is for me? Well, you remembered my birthday, didn't you? No, you didn't either. I had a birthday 3 months ago. Ain't having but one a year now.
That ain't a birthday present, Grandpa.
And I don't know what this is all about, but I ain't about to turn down no spanking new fish reel. Say, ain't it a beaut? Can hardly wait till Sunday to try it out.
You don't have to wait till Sunday, Grandpa. You can try it out tomorrow.
Well, I'm afraid I do, Hassie. Tomorrow's a work day.
Not for you, Grandpa. That's the rest of the surprise. You don't have to work tomorrow or the next day or the next day or
You don't have to work no more at all.
What's the matter with you two? The sun must have dried out your brains and left two empty heads.
No, sir, Grandpa. We know what we're doing. We all of us got together and we decided that a man of your age shouldn't have to work no more.
Man my age?
From now on, you're just going to relax and enjoy life.
Senor Grandpa, from now on, your life is going to be one big siesta.
And when I'm doing all this siesta, who's going to be doing my work?
We got that all figured out. I'm going to get up earlier so as I can work both ends of the field.
And I'm going to take care of the milking.
Hassie and me's going to take care of the chickens.
Yeah, and I'm old enough now to take care of the vegetable garden. All alone.
So you see, Grandpa, we don't need you no more at all. We can handle the farm just fine without you.
So you don't need me no more, H-Hall, huh? You can run the farm without me. Just 'cause I was a little slow out there today, you figure I can't uphold my end of the load?
Well, no, it ain't that at all, Grandpa.
Well, what is it then?
We was just thinking that maybe you...
I know what you was thinking. You was thinking that I'm old and I'm through. Well, I ain't.
Of course not, Grandpa.
I'm still the head of the family. It's the head of the family that runs things around here. And I ain't retiring to no rocking chair. I ain't ready yet.
Grandpa, you deserve to retire. But look at Mr. Perkins, the mailman. He's retiring.
Well, that's different. He's an old man.
Why, Grandpa, he's younger than you are. He's only 60, and why, you're...
I don't need you to tell me how many years I've been on this earth. Now you listen to me, all of you, and listen close. There's a lot of good years left in me yet. The man is as old as he feels. And the way I feel right now, I can outwork and outplay the whole gall-done bunch of you.
Grandpa, did you pull a muscle?
Of course not. All my muscles is laying here neat as ever.
You work so hard. After all, you're not a young fellow no more.
Who said that? I can stay up with the spryest of them. You don't forget it either.
Well, I just mean when a man gets
Out of
older.
my way, I got work to do.
That's right, Grandpa. You just sit right down in your chair and relax. You're looking kind of weary, Grandpa.
Well, I ain't worried. Can't a fella set himself down a spell without you women fussing around?
Here, Grandpa, let me take off your other shoe for you.
I can take off my own shoes.
Well, let me fix the pillow for your head, Grandpa.
Will you quit mollycoddling me and go on about your own business?
Well, dinner will be ready soon, Grandpa. Then you can have a nice hot meal and go right to bed.
Go to bed? Who said anything about going to bed?
Well, you've been working awful hard, and a man your age needs lots of sleep.
Will you women quit talking about my age? He's only as old as he feels, and I feel young as a spring chicken.
Oh, sure, Grandpa, sure.
And that ain't all. You know, tonight I might not go to bed all. I might go dancing.
Dancing?
That's what I said. Florrie McMichaels has been pestering me to take her that Eastern Star meeting. And I ain't only going to take her to the meeting, but I'm going to stay for the dancing afterwards. Peter!
Si, senora.
I want you to drive me to town tonight. You might be late because I'm staying for the dancing.
Senor Grandpa, you're not serious about this.
Well, sure, a man toils in the field all day, likes to enjoy himself at night. I work hard and I play hard. I do my wrestling when I get old.
It's Peppino. Something happened.
My back.
Peppino, Grandpa, what happened?
It's his back.
You had an accident in the car?
Oh, no, torn no accident.
He tried to win the square dance contest.
Who asked you?
No.
Oh, he was doing all right in the dozy-dozy. But when it comes to swing your partner, Chihuahua, he tried to pick her up and swing her through the air.
You're going to stand here yapping and flapping all night, or you're going to help me to my bed.
Easy, Grandpa. Just take it easy now. We got you. Hot water bottle.
Well, now, Mr. McCoy, if I'm to examine you, you've got to cooperate.
You should not have done it, Luke. You know how I don't trust doctors? All this coming up on you when you're sick and you can't run off.
Oh, Grandpa, now you behave. Dr. Sloan's only here to help you.
But without all the doctors you could have got, why'd you get one that's hard of hearing?
Well, certainly nothing wrong with your heart.
Why should they be? It ain't Mr. Beach since the day I was born. I can lift my own hand.
I'm just taking your pulse.
You ain't taking nothing.
Boy, haven't you ever been examined by a doctor before?
I ain't never had nothing the matter with me. It couldn't be cured by a drink of corn squeezins and a batch of polecat grease hung in a newbie bag around my neck.
Well, I don't think homemade remedies can compare with our modern medicines. You take our new wonder drug.
You take the new wonder drugs. Your bicarbonates of sodium and them aspirins. I'll take the old-fashioned cures.
Well, your pulse is fine. Now let's just
Now,
take...
wait a minute. There's a female present.
Excuse me. I'll be leaving the room. Come on, Luke.
Don't you go, Luke. Look at the thing he's going to stick me with.
It's positively amazing. I've never seen so many Charlie horses. Not even in a young man, an athlete. He must have absolute rest and quiet. Don't let him do a thing. Just let him lie there. And you wait on him hand and foot.
Oh, we'll do that.
Good. He'll be over it in a few days.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye, Doctor. Hi, Grandpa. You all right?
Sure, I'm all right. Guess I'll have a drink of water.
No, I'll get it for you. Don't move.
Don't move.
That's what the doctor said. You just lay there and don't you do a thing.
Just lay back and get well.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Got your breakfast for you. Some nice coddled eggs.
Coddled eggs?
Mm-hmm. What? You see, we didn't want you to strain yourself in chewing.
Wait a minute, you going to spoon feed me?
Uh-huh.
Well, is it all right if I do my own swallowing?
Grandpa, what are you doing? You get back in that bed, you hear?
Luke, I just can't lay here withering on the vine. I should be out helping with the farm.
Now, Grandpa, everything's going along just fine on the farm.
Cheers, huh?
Well, sure. Things is real good. Ain't no need for you at all. Now, come on. Get in bed. You just lay back and get well.
There ain't no need for me at all. Hey, guess that's all there is left to do.
Wait, Grandpa eat anything this time?
Hardly a nibble. He eats less and less every day. He says there's no sense putting gasoline in a car that ain't going nowhere.
What does that mean?
I don't get it. Here we wait on Grandpa hand and foot, and yet he seems to be getting worse instead of better.
Peppino, come in here and bring a paper and pencil.
Come in, Grandpa. How are you feeling, Senor Grandpa?
Miserable. Get yourself a chair and sit yourself down. Now get out your pencil and write what I tell you.
Si, senor. What do you want me to write?
My last will and testament.
Your last will and testament? Grandpa, you're supposed to be getting better.
Take, name it, Peppino. Will you stop arguing with the sick old man? Now wet your pencil and write down what I say.
I leave my gold watch to Luke. It is only fitting that the new head of the family should be the one to tell the time. I leave my blue suit to Frank Goody in Smoky Corners, West Virginia. I want it pressed so that it comes back to him in the same good shape as when he lent it to me. I want to leave my sweet potato to Hassie. I think it's only fitting for a girl to take up music. And last but not least, any money in the cookie jar that belongs to me, I want to use to pay my funeral expenses, as I do not want nobody to talk behind my back after I am gone.
You mean he really made you write down all them things?
Si, senor. He signed it here at the bottom.
Yep. That's his X, all right.
What's Grandpa doing now?
Oh, I do not know. After he signed the will, he laid back, closed his eyes, and said, I will be going soon to my last square dance.
Luke, I think I better call Dr. Sloan right away.
Well, Doctor?
As far as I can see, the principal trouble with your grandfather is psychosomatic.
Oh, we'll leave it to Grandpa to get one of them fancy diseases.
Doctor, what is psychosohusis?
Which simply means the trouble is all in his mind. I should say he's suffering from an acute case of self-pity.
Self-pity?
He feels he's not needed anymore.
Grandpa not needed anymore?
Well, it's a common problem among older people. They see the family growing up all around them, taking over responsibilities that once were theirs, and they sort of feel their excess baggage, that they're no longer necessary.
We couldn't do without Grandpa.
That's right. Grandpa knows more about this farm than all of us put together.
I'm afraid he doesn't believe that. This whole thing has shaken his confidence.
Well, then let's just go in there and tell him.
Oh, it isn't that simple. You've got to show him he's needed.
I think I got an idea.
And Robinson Crusoe decided to build the treehouse. When he...
Oh, Grandpa.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
Why don't you ask me how I am, or don't you care how bad I feel?
Please, Grandpa, please. I got enough troubles.
What troubles have you got that are worse than mine?
Oh, there you are, Senor Luke. Should I go to the market in the morning and buy some eggs?
Buy some eggs. Thunderation. We get 150 setting hens out there.
Si, senor, that is the problem. They're just sitting there.
That's right, Grandpa. Why, we ain't even getting 24 eggs a day.
Why, that can't be. We was going great guns. I was getting 10 times that many, and all double yokers, too.
Something's happened, Grandpa. I can't put my finger on it, but, well, everything just seems to be going haywire.
Like what else?
Well, like the pigs ain't eating right, and the cows, they're barely averaging a quart of milk a day.
A quart a day? Why, them poor things must be blue in the face.
Well, that's all they're giving.
Well, you ain't supposed to ask them to give. You're supposed to take it away from them.
Well, I tried, Grandpa, but they just keep a-holding back.
Look, I don't know how I'm going to fix any dinner with corn like this.
What's the matter, Sugar Babe?
Well, just look at it. That's one of the big ones.
What is this, the 3-day plague or something?
Oh, who knows, Grandpa? It's like I've been telling you. Everything's just going haywire. I just don't know what to do.
Won't we get anything at all for dinner?
Oh, sure we will, little Luke. I'll scrounge around and maybe I'll come up with something. Out of a can.
Out of a can? Here we got our own farm and we're down to eating out of a can.
That's right, Grandpa. Well, come on, everybody. Good morning, Grandpa. I brought you breakfast.
Gone? What do you mean, gone?
He's not in bed and his overalls aren't hanging on the post.
Where could he be?
Hey, look, everybody. The barn door, she's open.
Come on. Grandpa, what are you doing out of bed?
Working. What do you think I'm doing?
But you said you couldn't get up.
A man can't run a farm on his back. Guess I'm the only one around here that'll get this place on its feet again.
Oh, that is so true, Senor Grandpa. But we must help you.
Ain't nothing to do. I've been up since 4 o'clock, slaughtered the pigs, and rigged up that new warmer for the chicken house. Oh, there is one thing you can do for me right now, Peppino. Hand me another empty pail, will you?
Santa Maria, look at all the milk he's got.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. Grandpa's got the tug of an artist.
And I expect to be tugging for quite a spell yet, too.
Sure is good to have the McCoys back in full strength again.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he made Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Oh, Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the real McCoys.
Hi, Florrie. Did you have a good time at the sewing circle?
Oh, I haven't been to the sewing circle, Amos. I've been to the movies with Howard. Boys, I want you to meet Howard Anderson, a very dear friend of mine from Idaho. Howard, this is Luke McCoy.
Glad to know you.
Peppino. And Amos McCoy.
Glad to know you, McCoy.
You two was acquainted up in Idaho, was you?
Acquainted? Well, I'd say it was a little more than that. You know, Flora and I were childhood sweethearts.
Oh, puppy dove, huh?
We went together until I was 25. Howard, I'm afraid we're breaking up the boys' game. Why don't we go out and sit on the porch swing?
Oh, that sounds fine to me. I'm sorry we're interrupting.
You ain't interrupted. Why don't you come in the game? Here, take my place.
No, thanks. I didn't come all the way from Idaho to play poker. You know what I mean, Pop?
Well, let's get the game going, huh? Sit down, will you? Pop.
Say, George, you gonna leave your sister sit out there in the dark with a stranger?
Why, Howard ain't no stranger, Amos. Why, back in Idaho, he was as close to us as you are. He sure carried on when we left. I think he still is it bad for Flora. Never did marry. Says he's down here in a business trip, but, I ain't so sure. Well, that's her affair. Let's play cards, huh?
What's that?
The porch swing. Needs oil.
It's your bet, Grandpa.
I pass.
You ain't even looked at your cards yet.
I'll bet a red.
All right, how many? Amos, how many cards?
Hey, listen. Hear that? He's squeaking.
Maybe they ain't swinging.
You're holding up the game, Amos.
Well, I don't like the idea of her being out there in the dark with him.
Well, it's not dark, Senor Grandpa. It's a beautiful moonlight night.
Well, Grandpa, what are you so upset about? After all, Florrie's just another woman. Like you always say, love 'em and leave 'em.
But you gotta be careful who you leave 'em with. I hope you're looking for that squeak.
Why, Amos, you're supposed to be playing cards.
Well, I had a good hand. I thought maybe Howie would change his mind and go and take my place. There's a winner. Go in and whip 'em good. Use my chips. Go ahead.
I'm out to win a lot more than a poker game. In fact, you might as well know. I've just asked Flora to do me the honor of becoming my wife.
Wife?
He kind of overwhelmed me, too.
Say, that's kind of sudden, ain't it? You ain't seen her for years.
Flora's always been in my heart.
Oh, Howard.
Do you mind if we take a walk? We have so much to talk about.
Evening, George.
Okay. Hello.
Howdy, George.
Hi, Amos. I just drove Howard to the railroad station, so I thought I'd just drop by.
Howard left town, has he?
Yep, said he'd get right back to Idaho.
Oh, he left alone then.
Yep, that's right.
Well, and I reckon that he and Flora ain't going to get married after all, huh?
Oh, no, I didn't say that. No. The way it stands, Flora asked for a few more days to think it over. Said she'd write him and give him her answer.
Well, George, what do you think your answer's going to be?
Well, that's hard to say. You see, Howard's the first one that ever asked her. And you know how a woman is. When nobody else has ever asked her, and somebody finally comes along and asks her, like as not, she'll say yes to the somebody who asked her. especially when somebody else hasn't asked it. Well, anyway, it's up to her. Amos, how about tearing off a game of checkers, huh?
Well, I'd like to, George, but I got to run from you an errand.
Grandpa, where are you going?
Well, I got to run over to Florrie's place. I just noticed here, it's a button off my sweater. Must have lost it over your place, George. Ain't been no place else. You know, if you don't chase a button when you first lose it, sometimes you never catch it eight.
What do you know?
It's finally going to do it.
By golly, but don't look like I'm going to get the brother-in-law I want after all. Not that Howard's a bad fellow, but when it comes to checkers, he's a washout.
Grandpa and Flora getting married. Ain't that the most romantic thing ever? Say, you don't think that Florrie might prefer Howard to Grandpa, do you? Well, they'd just about break Grandpa's heart.
Are you kidding? Why? When Grandpa gets through sweet-talking that gal, poor old Howard won't have a chance. Well, honey, you know yourself how sly us McCoys is when it comes to women. Look how easy I got you to marry me.
Easy? Why, Luke, you could hardly get the words out. I finally had to do the asking myself.
Well, that's what I mean, sugar. I didn't have to do none of the work. George, it's true. Come on, we'll get the checking board out. I'll take you up.
Why, Amos.
Howdy, Florrie. You mind if I come in?
Well, Amos, of course not. Come in.
Florrie, you look so pretty standing there under that kitchen bulb. I'm sorry, Florrie. I ain't got no right to talk to you like that no more.
Why not?
Well, you're starting a whole new life, and there ain't no place in it for me.
Oh, Amos.
Don't you know, Florrie, we got to learn to forget each other and all the wonderful times we had together? Like the Grange picnic we went on. How we snuck away from all the others and went down the hall under the elm tree and ate that box lunch you put up with your own two hands.
Yes, I remember.
You know, I don't think I'll ever be able to look at a fried chicken leg again without thinking of you.
Amos, how sweet.
And then there was that time we won the old-timers waltz contest at the Fiddler's Rest. Remember what the Clarion said? Florrie McMichael and Amos McCoy was poetry in motion. I still sleep with it clipping under my pillow.
Oh, I know. I keep mine in my sachet box.
Well, you better get it out of your sachet box and burn it. Burn it with all the rest of you.
But I don't want to burn my memories.
Florrie, you got to learn to forget, just like I'm going to try to forget Saturday night at the Harvest Ball.
The Harvest Ball?
I was figuring on asking the Woodard Davis.
That scrawny thing?
Yes, I know, Florrie. It's like dancing with a bundle of dried sticks. I've got a new life to start, too. I've got to start with someone.
But I haven't given my answer to Howard yet.
You ain't?
I promised I'd write him my answer, and that's what I'm going to do now, tonight. And, Amos, you've made up my mind for me. The answer's going to be no.
You know what you're doing, you're sure, Florrie?
Yes, Amos, I'm sure.
Will you write that letter? Now, I'll come back tomorrow night, and we can talk over our plans for the future.
Our plans?
Oh, Florrie, I have some wonderful plans for me and you.
Oh, Amos.
Good night, Florrie.
Good night, Amos.
Well, howdy, Kate, fellas.
Did you find the button?
Button? What button? Oh, the button. Oh, it's in my pocket all the time. But I had a nice chat with Florrie. I get some big news for you. Get all set now. Florrie ain't marrying Howard.
You don't say.
I do say, and things is back on an even keel again. We're going to Harvest Ball just like we was before. Don't imagine there'll be much dancing, though. We're going to be setting out, making plans for the future.
Well, Grandpa, could you sort of let us in on some of them plans? For instance, when's the wedding date?
Wedding date? Who said anything about a wedding date?
When you and Flora get married, you darn fool.
Get married? I don't want to get married.
You mean to say that you talked Florrie out of marrying Howard Anderson with no intention of marrying her yourself?
My intentions never come up for discussion. Hey, things are just like they was before.
What about them plans you said you was making?
Well, I am making plans for the Harvest Ball and the Mystic Nile Picnic a week from Wednesday and the Peach Festival.
So, that's what you call wonderful plans, huh?
Well, ain't you glad me and Florrie's back together again, having a good time?
A good time? That's all you think about. Did you ever think, my poor little sister, how she'll feel when she finds out you have no intention of asking for her hand? Even though you talked her out of marrying the one man that did ask her. Maybe the only man that ever will ask her. Amos McCoy, you are worse than any skunk that ever lived. And I've had to speak.
Grandpa, you've done some terrible things sometimes, but this is the worst.
Grandpa, you've toyed with a woman's affections, and that's hard to forgive. We're all ashamed of you.
But, Luke, Kate...
Señor Grandpa, parece mentira que usted trate de tapar a una señora que lo ha tratado tan bien.
What does that mean? Sometimes I wish it wasn't cursed with the McCoy charm. Morning, George.
Oh, morning, George.
Will you return that to your grandpa and tell him it's in just as good condition as when I borrowed it? Also, I had tallied up our checker score, and as of the last game, I owe him 45 cents. You'll see he gets it, will you?
There ain't no sense in paying it now, George. You'll probably win it back in the next game. We're going to keep on playing, ain't we?
George, have you had a talk with Florrie yet?
Oh, no, that's his dirty work. Let him do it.
Well, I was just thinking that maybe you should say something. Maybe she hasn't sent that letter yet to Howard. She has.
The poor thing gets so excited over this skunk's sweet talk, she drove straight into town last night and mailed it special. No, she's burned that bridge behind her. Now she's heading for a washout. See you later, Kate.
Morning, Peppina.
Morning, sir.
Sir? You cut out being so gall-darn polite to me. You call me Senior Grandpa like you always do.
Oh, very well, Senor Grandpa. Sir.
Now, Clara, you listen to me. You're a woman of the world. What do you think about this? When a fella gets along fine with a woman, there ain't no need for marriage, is there? Females all stick together anyways. All us has and all us will be, I suppose.
Who are you talking to, Grandpa?
Oh, I wasn't talking to nobody, little Luke. Appears to me nobody wants to talk to me much around here lately.
Well, I do. I think you're right. I'm going to be just like you when I grow up.
What do you mean you're going to be just like me?
Love him or leave him.
What?
You got to think of yourself first. I'm going to be tough like you.
Like you.
You going to let me, Grandpa?
No, I ain't going to let you, little Luke. But we got to have a little talk, get things straightened out around here. I ain't tough. If the truth is known, I'm a coward.
You a coward?
You see, I'm afraid to do what's right. I don't want to lose Florrie. And then again, I don't want to give up nothing to hold her.
Well, how come you have to give up anything?
Well, you can't go through life just a-taking and a-taking. You got to give a little something, too. Don't you forget it.
All right, Grandpa. But you got me a little mixed up. You say one thing and do another.
Boy, you hit the nail right on the head. For an old poker player, I'm sure forgetting the rules. Either put in your money or throw in your cards. Well, I'm too deep in this to back out now, so I guess I'll just have to go the limit. Seeing as how you're my closest kin, it's only right and fitting that you know first what I'm about to do. On this 18th day of April, year of our Lord, I, Amos McCoy, being of sound mind and body, am going to the home of Flora McMichael and give myself up. Offer my hand in holy matrimony.
Really?
Grandpa! You're just as shocked as I am.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Congratulations, Grandpa.
Well, it was the right thing to do.
Oh, it sure is, Grandpa. Grandpa, I'll press your suit for you. And I'll wash and iron your shirt.
Hey, I'll loan you my best red tie.
And I'll shine your shoes.
And I'll get a flower for your lapel.
Gee whiz, I feel like I was being laid out.
Just look at him, everybody. He has that noble look of a man that's doing the right thing.
It's just like in a movie I seen the other day, where Gregory Peck comes back to Audrey Hepburn.
She's seen one movie and she knows all about life. Honest, Grandpa, you look wonderful. How you feel?
Like a rope calf in branding time.
Grandpa, you're going to make Florrie real happy.
Well, at least one of us will be.
Brother-in-law. Look and Kate told me the good news. I'm proud to have you in the family.
But I ain't in the family. You know, after the proposal, there's got to be an engagement period, you know?
Oh, well, Grandpa, you don't believe in long engagements, do you?
No, just long enough to be respectable.
Oh, well, we was all kind of figuring on a June wedding.
Oh, June, that's no good. June's a bad month.
Why?
It ain't got no R in it.
Well, that's hogwash.
It ain't hogwash neither. If it ain't good for clams, it sure ain't good for me.
Grandpa, we'll talk about that later. Right now, you got some proposing to do.
Yeah, that's right, Amos. And I come over here so you and Flora could be alone. Got everything fixed up nice and romantic for you. I stuck some incense in the coffee pot.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, let's don't waste no more time, Grandpa. Get on your way now. Go on.
Wait. Forgot to say goodbye. Bye, Luke. Kate. Ashley. Little Luke. Peppina. Goodbye, George. Goodbye, Florrie. Florrie! What are you doing here?
Why, I had to get out of my house. There's the most awful smell in the kitchen. So I thought I'd do my knitting over here with Kate.
Well, now, ain't that a pity? You know, I was just headed over to your place, but now that you're here, that sort of changes things.
Oh, no, it don't, Grandpa. What you've got to say, you can say right here. Florrie, Grandpa's got something he wants to tell you. Go ahead, tell her, Grandpa.
I can't tell her here. This ain't no gall-darn convention speech.
Well, of course, Grandpa's right. Look, why don't you two go out on the porch where you can be alone, huh? Now, Grandpa, just be the two of you out there all by yourselves. Go ahead, Grandpa.
Amos, what was it you had to say?
You sit yourself down, Florrie.
Well? Amos, did your ankle give out?
No, I'm down here for a reason. Florrie.
Yes, Amos.
Take me.
Take you? What for?
For better or for worse, I'm yours. Don't you understand, woman? I'm giving you what you want. Me. I'm saying I'll marry you.
Is this a proposal?
Well, what do you think it is, the Gettysburg Address? Of course it's a proposal. Hurry up and say yes.
Amos, I'm flattered. More than that, I'm honored.
Well, hurry up. I'm getting a crick in my leg.
Ever since last night, I had a feeling you were going to ask me, and I've been trying to think of the right words to say how deeply touched I am. But I'm afraid the answer has to be no.
Well, it took you long enough to say no.
That's right.
Well, maybe you didn't hear me, Florrie. I'm offering to marry you.
I heard you, but I have to give you the same answer I gave Howard. Amos, I'm not ready for marriage. It's a very important step to take, and I don't want to be rushed into anything. A girl has to be sure.
Well, I thought you was anxious to get married.
Well, hasn't it been nice with things the way they are? Can't we just go on being good friends?
I guess we could. It's gonna be hard, though. Awful hard. Now that I poured my heart out, you turned me down. It ain't easy for a man to see his hopes and dreams smashed to bits.
Oh, Amos, if it means that much to you, maybe I'd better reconsider.
No. You'll be sorry for it. It's like he says, a girl's got to be sure. I'll make the sacrifice and stand by and wait for you.
Then everything will be the way it was. Friends?
Friends. And you are the witnesses. Come on, Florrie, let's take a walk.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Get her, Luke.
Yeah. Go on, kiss her. Go ahead. Go on.
Well, if my husband and wife have to do that every year, I ain't ever getting married.
Change your tone, little Luke. One of these days you'll wake up to find out there's a lot more important things in life than just digging fishing worms.
Well, I just wanted to say how proud and happy you've all made me to be a McCoy. And I wanted to say that this is the most wonderful anniversary we've ever had. Ain't that right, Luke?
Well, I reckon it's got to be, Sugar Babe. It's the only one we ever had.
Well, anyway, it's been a wonderful year.
Well, we hope she has many more of them, too.
Amen.
I guess I better go in the kitchen and get that coffee on.
Oh, no, Senora Kate. This is your big day. You're to do nothing. Peppino will get the coffee.
I'll go get the plate.
Yeah, I'll help you, Hash.
And I'll sit and watch the cake.
Oh, Luke, quit eating those crumbs. Bring the plate in the kitchen.
Okay.
Just think, Sugar Babe. It's our first anniversary.
Uh-huh. I can hardly believe it.
Well, maybe this will show you it's true.
You know, there ain't nothing like a first anniversary. I remember our first anniversary. I said to your grandma, I says, now this is a sacred and a special day, and I want you to enjoy it to the fullest. Took her all the way to Wheeling. What a time we had. Stood outside a bakery and smelled bread. Maybe you two folks like to be alone, would you?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
well,
Grandpa. Don't let us chase you off.
Say, did I ever show you my wedding picture?
I believe you did, Grandpa.
Yeah, about 100 times.
I'd love to see it again.
You would? Well, just a minute, I'll go fetch it. Don't run away now.
Sure, this is our anniversary. I kind of figured we'd take a moonlight walk. Or something.
It'll only take a minute to look at the picture, honey. Then we can go.
Hey, looky, I got a better idea. We can start at the beginning and go right through the whole album.
The whole album, Grandpa?
Yeah, and that way we won't miss nothing. Cassie, put on some more coffee. It's going to be a long evening.
Some anniversary. Sitting in the parlor and looking at pictures half the night.
Well, we couldn't hardly be rude to Grandpa. He's such a sweetie.
All year long, he's getting mad and he goes stomping off. And tonight of all nights, he's got to be such a sweetie.
You shouldn't talk that way. Besides, we're alone now, ain't we?
Yeah, we sure are. Well, what do you want?
We bought you some nice, cool lemonade.
Well, we just finished 6 quarts of hot coffee. Well, it's true. I'm beginning to slosh.
What Luke means is we'd love to have some lemonade to kind of cool us off after all that hot coffee.
That's what we thought.
Well?
Ain't you gonna drink any?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, some nice, cool lemonade. It's just what I want. There.
Have some more.
No, I don't want any more. Now, why don't you two be good kids and say goodnight?
Luke, kiss her again. Well, like before. Right in the face.
All right, you two, now that's enough. Off to bed. Go on.
Oh, out.
Say, look, here's one we missed. It must get stuck under the other pictures. Grandma and me on our honeymoon. Boy, she sure was pretty. Luke, how come you never made no pictures on your honeymoon?
Well, we never had no honeymoon, Grandpa. As soon as we got married, we packed up, all of us, and we come out here.
Say, that's right. It's a shame. Young folks ought to have a chance to be alone when they're starting out married life. Come to think of it, you never had no chance to be what you call alone, did you? Well, what are you two gawking at? Don't you see Kate and Luke want to be alone? Now, come on, get out. I'm sorry to be butting in on you, and we won't bother you no more. Well, good night and happy anniversary.
Good night.
That's enough, little Luke. Something wrong, Grandpa?
Yeah. You know, Peppina, you're looking at a man that's ignorant. Just plain ignorant. You don't have to agree with me that much.
Oh, I'm sorry, Senor Grandpa. But what are you ignorant about?
Kate and Luke. The day after they got married, we left West Virginia and come to California. Why, they never had no honeymoon at all. All the way across the country, we all slept in just one tent.
Well, I liked it better than separate rooms. We was more of a family.
Oh, hush up. Go on and go to bed. I got to think. Well, you all here, huh?
Well, Grandpa, what's this here meeting all about?
What's it about? I'll tell you what it's about. It's $25 for you and Kate.
Grandpa, what in the world would Luke and I need $25 for?
For a honeymoon.
It's the most wonderful thing I ever heard, but Luke and I can't go off on any honeymoon now.
Why not?
Grandpa, you know yourself, this here's a busy season on the farm. There's too much work to do. And besides, we couldn't take the car. I mean, you need it here.
Oh, shucks. I got that all figured out. We can get along without you for a couple of days. And about the car, we can just take you over and drop you off. That's why I picked this special place.
Where is it, Grandpa?
Well, hold your hats, kids. It's the Colonial Palms Motel.
The Colonial Palms Motel? Grandpa, you mean that big swanky place on the other side of town with a swimming pool?
Yes, sirree. When the McCoys goes on a honeymoon, they goes first class. I remember when Grandma and me went on our honeymoon, we went to Wheeling. We stayed in the best boarding house in town. Had the bridal suite right next to the kitchen. And you're going as fine as we did.
is pretty, Luke.
Yeah, sure is.
Guy on the car, will you, Sonny?
Gee, wow. Boy, will you feel this carpeting? It's so soft you feel like you're going to sink all the way down.
Yeah, look at the size of it, too.
Grandpa, I reckon that's the fella I talked to about getting us a room.
Yeah, well, you leave this to me, Luke.
Grandpa, I ain't no child.
Yeah, but you ain't been around like I have. These fellas are slick. You got to dickle with them. How do?
How do you do?
We want some service.
That's what I'm here for, sir.
Well, we want to get a room.
One room for all of you?
No, just my grandson and his wife here.
Well, we have a nice room for $10.
We wasn't interested in the weekly rate.
$10 is the daily rate, sir.
It is. He's seen us come up in that car, and he's going to try to milk us. We stayed in the best boarding house in Wheeling for $1.50.
Well, Grandpa, prices have come up a mite since your day.
Say, couldn't you get out that pencil and sharpen it up and see what you can do?
Well, I have one room at $8. That is absolutely the very lowest.
Grandpa, if it's too much...
No. This is your honeymoon, and we ain't a-going to skimp. We'll take it for a couple of days.
Very well, sir.
That'll be $16. They'll leave $9 for food and fun.
Front.
Stop that man. He's trying to steal our bag.
Sir, I'm the bellboy. It's my job to carry your bags.
Job? All right, boy, if that's all you want to do in life. Come on. Go ahead, Luke. Carry her over the dressers.
Come on, Luke, make it a real honeymoon.
Here we go. You all ready?
Yeah.
This is it. My golly, this is what you call living. Wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes. Here they wheel food right into your bedroom on a little wheelbarrow. What'd you say they call it, Kate?
Oh, room service, Grandpa.
Beats all. And we won't have to bother fixing dinner when we get to home, neither.
Speaking of home, Grandpa, don't you think it's best you was getting on your way? I mean, me and Kate, we don't want to take up all your time.
Well, after all, it's your honeymoon. Come on, Hassie and little Luke and Puffy, let's get going then.
Grandpa, can I have some more ice cream?
Come on, I'll get you some on the way home. Come on, we got to get out of here now. Let's go.
Bye, Kate.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Now, you two have a good time, won't you? Yeah.
Well, thank you, Grandpa. Well, thanks for everything.
Oh.
Goodbye, Kate. I'll be thinking of you.
I'll be thinking of you, too, Hassie.
You watch out for the boy. He ain't never been away from home before.
Grandpa, I'm a grown man, married a whole year.
Yeah, but you can still stand watching. Bye, son. Take care.
Well, here we are.
Yep, we sure are.
Sure is nice to be alone finally. All to ourselves.
Sure is.
Hey, would you look at that cute little old squatty phone? Oh, it's too bad we don't have nobody to call up on it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kate, what's the number of this here room?
204.
204, yeah. Hello? Let me talk to room 205. Howdy, we're your new neighbors. Ain't very friendly.
Luke McCoy, I love you.
Kate McCoy, the feeling's mutual.
Hey, Luke. I come back to bring you this bag of fruit you forgot. And look what I found hanging in your doorknob outside. You know you still get this room for rent.
Grandpa, that's a do not disturb sign.
Well, I guess it's all right, too. Especially if you don't want to be disturbed. Well, I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah.
I'll hang this on the knob again.
Yeah.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye.
Bye.
Could I have Valley 4276, please?
I don't want this stuff. It's horrible. You should have thought of that before you ate all that ice cream. The phone is ringing. Open up your mouth. You better answer it, Hansie. I gotta go out the barn and help Grandpa. That was dirty, Hansie.
Hello? Oh, hi, Kate. No, I wasn't outside. I was just giving little Luke some castor oil. He got a stomach ache. What? Uh-huh. Yeah, well, Grandpa bought some ice cream on the way home.
But you know how little Luke is about sweets. You remember what happened about a month ago? When he... Well, remember he drank that quart of chocolate syrup? How sick he got? You just got to keep an extra sharp eye out, Hassie. Okay, yes, Hassie. I'll have a real good time. Okay. Bye.
Hello, Grandpa? Grandpa, this is me. Luke. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. We're having bales of fun. Oh, Kate's up in the room fixing up her hair, and I slipped out to call you.
Yeah, everything's fine. I was just about to go out to the barn to gather the eggs. Yeah? I know it's after dark. Well, we was held up with a rake and the busted-down tractor. Hole in the radiator. No, we can't use the mule. She got a sprained leg from kicking the hole in the radiator. Yeah. Well, no, there ain't no need for you to come home. Peppina and me can do it by hand. Sure. We done it before? Yeah. I know it's going to be a scorcher. That don't make no mind.
Well, all right. If you're sure you don't need me. Sure. Oh, yeah, Grandpa, now, don't overdo, you hear? Yeah. All right, good night, Grandpa. Well, let's go. What, is something wrong, Sugar Babe?
Why, no, Luke. What should be wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm feeling just fine.
Peppino and me will plow by hand. I know it'll be a scorcher, but we'll get by. We'll get by.
Don't overdo it, Grandpa.
We'll get by.
Don't overdo it, Grandpa.
We'll get by.
Don't overdo it, Grandpa. Don't overdo it.
We gotta keep going, Peppino. We gotta get the work done. So as Luke can stay at that fancy motel and swim in that beautiful pool. That blasted town will stop beating down on us. Get out of that side, you blasted son! Get out or I'll knock you out!
No, you can't do that, Grandpa. Do not knock the sun from the sky. You will spoil Luke's swimming.
We gotta get back to work. Back.
Don't overdo it, Grandpa. Don't overdo it, Grandpa. Don't overdo it.
I was just trying to get some castor oil into little Luke. He got a stomach ache.
You got to keep an extra sharp eye out. That boy'll do anything to get a hold of Sweet. That boy'll do anything to get a hold of Sweet. You gotta keep an extra sharp eye. That boy'll do anything to get a hold of Sweet. You gotta keep an extra sharp eye. That boy'll do anything to get a hold of Sweet. That boy'll do anything to get a hold of Sweet. That boy'll do anything to get a hold of Sweet.
Don't overdo it, Grandpa.
Peppino and me will plow by hand.
Don't overdo it, Grandpa.
We'll get by. We'll get by. We'll get by.
Hey, Nancy, it's a taxi cab.
Why, it's Kate. Patsy, is little Luke all right? Did you call the doctor? Get his stomach pump. What for? Oh, little Luke, you're all right. After all that terrible stuff you ate last night, too.
Sure was terrible. Warm milk and toast.
Warm milk and toast? Is that all you ate?
That Hassie sure is strict.
Hey, what in tarnation you doing here?
Well, I was worried about little Luke.
Well, what for? He's fine.
Yes, I know. I guess I was just being silly.
Well, I'll agree with that. Leaving a honeymoon for... Does Luke know you over here?
Oh, no, he's in the swimming pool. He thinks I'm in the gift shop getting postcards.
Well, you better get on back there as fast as you can before you spoil the whole trip. I'll go get the car and take you over. Well, homing pigeon number 2, what are you doing here?
Oh, I couldn't take it, Grandpa. I just couldn't lay around that swimming pool thinking of you slaving out there in the fields. Why ain't you slaving out there in the fields?
You catched in the head? Why, this is the hottest day of the year. You think I'm going out and sweltering that heat? He's got you, boy.
No, it ain't that, Grandpa. You see, I thought...
Luke, I thought you was in swimming.
And I thought you was buying postcards at the gift shop.
Well, if you two ain't the prize worrywarts of the world. Here you was worrying about little Luke and you was worrying about me. And you busted up your honeymoon to come a-hightailing back here.
Yeah, I guess we did, Grandpa.
Well, don't feel ashamed about it. Because I feel rightly proud that you feel the way you do about us.
Then you mean you ain't mad, Grandpa? After all the trouble you went to just so we could have a honeymoon?
Why, no, honey, I ain't mad.
It ain't we didn't appreciate it, Grandpa, but, well, if it's all the same to you, let's just forget about the second day we got coming at the motel, huh, Kate?
Forget about the second day. Why, you already done paid for that day.
Yeah, we know, Grandpa.
Well, tut now. It's just a shame to waste a day that's already been paid for. Pepina, little Luke, Hassie, come on, we're going to take what's coming to us.
They're back.
Hey, Bub.
Mr. McCoy, I'd hope that you... I thought you checked out. You going to stay a second night?
No, sirree. We're just using the room to change your clothes. Last one in the swimming pool's a rotten egg.